Sup, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 87. I am Sean. I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
Sup, guys? This week's Omni4Game recap. We go over our locals as always. We finally catch up on those set reveals, and then we hit your guys' comment questions. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next episode.
All right, first topic, locals recap. Trinity.
All right. Who did the worst?
It wasn't me.
I did.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I forgot.
Stupid. It was stupid. So I played Megidramon again. I went X1. Absolutely destroyed Brandon round one.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow he'll still... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Somehow he'll still get above me because Bandai's point system is stupid.
If you had gone undefeated, you wouldn't have had to worry about tiebreakers.
We'll get there. Absolutely destroyed Brandon. He had no chance. Round two, destroyed the cope that is Cinderella. Ben didn't even really get to play. I just blow up his board and go, thanks for coming.
Such a bad deck.
And then round three, played against Sean Shine. It was a pretty back and forth game. He ended up getting it 2-1. I can't really remember too much that happened in that game. But once he can kind of double ruin mode me, it's kind of tough. I can play around one instance of ruin mode because Growlmon X is 6k. So as long as I can put that in the raising, I can just promote and just go from there. But if he's able to double proc it, it's hard to play without completely building Megidramon in the raising area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it never felt impossible to play through. It just, if he sees his pieces fast enough, it's hard to play through. But I figure that's any deck that's playing against that, so... Yeah. I did have to try to do some funny shenanigans where I was just I would promote my War Growlmon out of raising just to let it blow up so I could gain all the memory and stuff. So I can go into Gallants and just try and play around that way. But...
There's actually
nothing I could have done.
There's actually a chat in game 3 whenever you
Yeah, because I just realized the Gallant was only 3k. There's no way I could have popped it with the the Gallant. Yeah, it didn't matter.
It did not matter. I killed you anyway. But yeah, I realized. I was like, oh wait, he couldn't do that. It's
funny that that neither one of us caught that. This Gallant's only 3k right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
filthy cheater.
So somehow that bumped me all the way to third.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
So I came in second. So round one we played, me and Chris. He's playing Megidra, I'm playing sure still. Game one, I killed him really, really fast before he was able to really do anything. Game two, he basically flipped a script. Because of course I always hit that damn option out of security. It passes turn. I hate it. Every single time I'm like, alright, I can just push for game right here unless something happens. And something happened. I lose on the spot. And then game 3 I basically bricked. So I was just kind of not playing at all and just kind of watched kill me. Round 2 was against Sean, playing his Ruin. I got him 2-1. Game 1 I managed to kill him before he was able to properly lock me out of the game. I think he only ruin mode me once. He didn't get to double proc it that game. And then game 2, he OTK'd me through 5 security.
I forgot about that.
And I just died. Yeah.
The first turn I promoted, I just killed you.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, okay, that's not what this deck is supposed to do.
It's a backup plan, dude.
Stop me from playing.
When in doubt, just kill them.
Yep.
Yeah. So, game 3, I managed to get him because of the War Greymon promo. Being able to have a 17k body basically meant he wasn't able to out it. And then being able to also set up for an Omni play, so as soon as he turned his card sideways, I was just like, alright, clear your board. Felt pretty good. Because he wasn't able to out the Omni after that. So I basically kind of just won on the spot. That felt good.
Yeah, I didn't have enough Tamers to completely kill him, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then I didn't play around 3 because I had the bye. And I got above Chris.
Ended up benefiting you.
The tournament should have ended after round 2.
Yeah, we should have had a 2-round locals, you're right.
Damn right.
Even though Bandai's rules state you have to have at least 3 rounds.
I think they changed that.
No, that is what they changed it to. It went from true undefeated to we're playing the set amount of rounds no matter what.
Nope, should have ended after round 2. Chris undefeated.
Anyway.
So I played Ruin Mode Turbo. I wanted it to win at least one locals before I stopped playing it. So round 1 I played against a new guy that was playing Adventure. He just started coming to locals like a couple weeks ago. Still learning the game and stuff, getting used to things. I 2'd him pretty easily. He never really got into a good position versus me, which, like, they have to have the delay option along with, like, probably at least 2 level 5s on the field to where I'm actually concerned about trying to, like, swing at them and, like, trigger all my effects. I ended up winning that 2 pretty easily. I double Ruin Mode procced him multiple times. Round 2 played against Brandon. He was able to get set up better than my previous opponent. And game 3, I knew he was playing the Omni Ace, and if I had been able to kill the War Greymon, I'm pretty sure I either kill him that turn or I keep him from playing to where I win on the next turn. But because of its DP buff, I was like 3,000 DP shy of just killing it on the swing. Just didn't have enough Tamers. So unfortunately, I forced him to have the Omni Ace if I couldn't kill it, but he did have it, unfortunately. So I ended up losing that. And then round 3 played against Chris. He ended up like triple grab crushing me and killing me game 1. And then games 2 and 3, I double Ruin Mode procced him multiple times, and he didn't really have a lot of stuff he could do because he can't spam Rush Gilmon when he's minus 10,000 DP on his board.
Yeah, when you hit that triple grab crush, it's like right into the arm, you know?
Yeah.
You just get this adrenaline pump.
So I ended up coming in first, and whatever, and then on to TBS.
I wonder who's going first here.
It's not me.
That would be me. So, I decided to play something different. I wanted to test another deck to see if it would feel good for maybe going to Texas. I was playing Ancient Garu. Round 1 I played against Ben, playing Perperial. I won 1-2. Game 1 I high rolled him, and he was like hot low rolling. Like, I literally opened up my turn with Gabumon double mat, which is like cream. Because he went first, so he hard played like a searching Wormmon, and I responded in kind with Gabumon double bond mat. So that felt really good. Game 2 and 3, I basically was just sitting there twiddling my thumbs as I just watched him kill me. Wasn't really able to play the game to any degree. Round 2, I played against Galacti, lost that 0-2. Game 1 and 2 were almost identical to game 2 and 3 against Ben, where I basically opened up so slow that a Galactimon deck outpaced me.
Well, you also had no idea what half of his cards did.
Yeah, that too. That doesn't help. Like, I had ways to kill the Galacti, like hard kill it, no matter what its protections were, because neg DP is amazing. But it's like, yeah, stuff like that, plus my slow start, really meant I just kind of like, it just wasn't a good match for me.
Gigas over here.
Yeah, really. Round 3 I played against Caleb. He was playing Necro. He plays a fair deck. I was playing a fast bounce deck. So of course my deck finally shows up here, and I swiftly 2-0'd him because I see all my things, I see all my pieces, I see everything I need. Even before he starts like doing anything, I'm just like, have you considered you're at 0 security already?
You already?
Round 4 I played against... Do what?
Nothing. Talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Round 4 I played against Boromon. Game maybe took like a few minutes total. Like, he doesn't have the optimal Diabormon list. It's just like... It doesn't have any of the aces. He's running clock at the end.
I did see that when he was playing against Chris.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously I'm just like, hey, bounce your Dia. I don't care how many tokens you have. You're dead. So... That was my Friday. Broke even.
So, I'll go next. I got second. Still playing Megidramon. Round 1, I played against Diabormon. Same guy Brandon played against. I swiftly killed him. Game 1. Game 2, I bricked pretty hard. Did not see a level 3 for a couple turns. Still, despite the fact I almost pulled it out and won, there was the turn right before I died, because again, he was playing the Diabormon, like, it's like start a main phase, spawn a token. I didn't know that until I picked it up afterwards and read it.
EX60.
But he did not have lethal, and I was holding the rivals in my hand, and I was like, maybe, do I just drop this to kill the Diabormon? I'm like looking at all his cards and everything, and I'm like, he doesn't have the memory, or he doesn't have lethal right now. I'm good. So I didn't want to give him like 4 to 5 memory. And I was like, if I just survive one turn, I just win next turn. Well, he hatches. Well, I don't even think he hatched. He just goes start a main, and then spawn another token. I said, I'm sorry, what?
What?
We would.
And then he activated Clock of the End, which another card I hadn't seen yet. Which spawned another token. So then he definitely had lethal, and of course the stack had the Rush Kurisarimon under it. So another reason why I should have just blown it up with rivals. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's unfortunate. But I never felt like I was going to lose this match. I'm like, okay, my deck's going to show up way more consistently than his does. And then game 3, just killed him. There was a funny moment where he returned like 13 cards to the bottom of his deck to hard drop the Armageddonmon, which really sucked for... It didn't suck for me, but it was kind of unfortunate because it meant I had to pay some memory for my Gallantmon.
It bought him a turn.
Yeah. Dude, he just returned like 2 free costs for me.
Yeah.
So the promo Gallant came down, killed Armageddonmon. I just ended up winning from there. So that was round 1. Round 2, played against Ghost. I did what Megidramon does round 1, or game 1. Just promote, swing with Megidramon, blow everything up, yada yada. Game 2, I was missing a level 5. I was missing BT21 Wargrowlmon. I had EX Wargrowl X. Which just, not being able to swing right away and digivolving into the Megidramon kind of sucks. He activated the option card to return my BT21 Wargrowlmon in the trash to the bottom of my deck, so I couldn't recur it. He ends up winning that game. And then... No, did he? Did I 2-0 him? I 2-0'd Ghost. I'm sorry. We played a third game because there was so much time left. That's when he did it. So he did win the third game that we just kind of play tested with. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he killed you with Apparition. He killed you with Apparition.
Yeah. So I 2-0'd him in tournament, and then we played a third game, and that's when he did that. Round 3, played against Purple Hybrid. New Purple Hybrid. I haven't played against this deck too much. It was a little bit more difficult because they play Floodgates at level 3. The Gazimon's a real problem. I can't just freely activate stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're also I don't know if most Purple Hybrid lists are playing this or it's just Lucas. He was also playing Mimi. So that also kind of sucks.
Grav Crush?
So Grav Crush is pretty much just like a 3 cost option card there if I'm not killing them right away.
Yeah.
For 1 memory. Like, that sucks. So, game 1, he was able to. He saw Gazimon real early. He saw Psychomon real early. He saw double Mimi. I think I hit one of them out of security. So he was able to kind of control the pace for game 1. This new purple hybrid does take a little bit longer to kill, it seems like. I just wasn't able to answer his level 3s fast enough. Like, he was just swinging at me with level 3s for a little while before he actually started getting going. So, like, he'd already chipped at me a little bit. Game 2, I just started like, okay, Growlmon is obviously my most important card here. It allows me to pop his level 3s. So I can't Digivolve into Growlmon. I'm gonna have to promote my level 3, go into it there. Just so I can pop the Gazimon so I can start having access to my memory gain. He did misplay, I think twice. I think once in game 2 and once in game 3. Game 2, he blew up my stack, not realizing, maybe he did realize, I'm not sure. He blew it up at 0 memory and I had the Growlmon underneath in the stack, so it passed turn.
He definitely didn't realize it.
No, yeah, he's like, because he blew it up, and then he was going to do something else, and I had moved the memory counter. I was like, it's my turn now. He's like, what? I was like, I have this. And he's just like, oh, dang it. And he messed up, so I ended up winning that following turn. Game 3, a little similar thing happened where he turned my Growlmon green instead of purple. So he wasn't able to blow it up, and then I was able to just kind of combo from there. And I end up going into like my stack. I go into the stack. I blow it up with Promo Gallant, gain all the memory, spawn out 2 Rush Geomons, swing, attack, all that. No, that was against you, Sean. I did that play against you, not him.
Where I think you did it versus
together.
Where I didn't play out the Rush Geo.
Yeah, you.
Or was that against Lucas?
I don't think you didn't spawn out 2 Rush Gomons. You're thinking of against me.
Okay.
I think probably when we were playing for fun.
Anyways, I ended up getting game 3. Lucas had like 2 misplays there. One, he turned my Growlmon green, and then he blew up my War Growlmon that had the inheritable gain 1 memory back. So I ended up getting that one. Notes for the purple hybrid matchup are just, I'm going to have to promote my level 3 out of Raising and Digivolve into Growlmon, just to try and answer those level 3s. That's all you can really do against that matchup. I mean, other than that, like, the deck kind of, there was like a lot of times where he actually helped me by milling cards with Velgramon, because one, it feels in my trash, and like sometimes I'd mill my Rival's Barrage, which I needed. So just like a couple instances like that. Oh, he also did hit the option card out of security, which passed his turn.
Oh yeah, Digimon designed, yeah.
I think that's actually also.
I looked over at him and I went, "Oh, first time."
First
like
time.
That meme.
Yeah, first time.
I think that also lost him the game because it gave me. Yeah, it gave me another turn.
Chris sat there and slow rolled for the next 5 minutes, even though he has the Gravity Crush, the Rush Geo, one security.
That was when me and AJ both looked at your hand in trash, and you had like 2 or 3 different avenues for leeching.
Yeah, I did.
Just like,
35 cards in trash. He's holding both.
Oh, that's I activated the Rivals, added back the Rush Geo, swung with my Digimon, activated Grab Crush, and then played Geomon for game. So there was a couple different ways I could have won. That's just the way I could have done it. There was another way where I could have just swung into his Digimon with Geomon, hard dropped Gallant for free, swung with that, and then hard dropped Promo Gallant, destroyed that Gallant, swung. There was like 2 or 3 different approaches I could have killed him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I ended up getting game 3, win that 2-1. Round 4, played against Sean. He was playing some BS. Ended up losing that one 1-2. It was a little bit back and forth. We did play a 4th game, which I won, so I went 50-50. I'll take that.
I misplayed in that 4th game.
I went full Brandon. Can't win in tournament, but I can win if we play test.
If I just blocked in the right order, you don't kill me in the game 4, and I just kill you because you gave me like 8 movement.
I remember you going, which one should I block? I should block that one. and then you're like, afterwards, you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so dumb because you don't get an extra swing if that guy survives.
Yeah. So, was pretty good. I ended up getting second. Next one. So, go ahead, Sean.
I'm next. I'm playing a deck that I'm gonna keep on the DL because it's probably what I'm playing in Mesquite. Round 1 played against Necromon, which unfortunately is way too fair. I was playing against Caleb. I 2-0'd him in like 10 minutes, and then went and watched Chris get OTK'd by Dia with all the tokens.
You were done really quick. I was like, damn, Sean's never done this fast.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. Sean's secret deck, he's playing Syndril.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Spoilers. So yeah, I killed Caleb like very quickly. Like it was extremely one-sided. That deck is way too fair. And then round 2, played against. I got paired down, which was unfortunate for my opponent. I was playing against the Vortex starter deck. It was a new person from locals, nice guy, but he was playing a starter deck. That round took longer, but only because he was contemplating his actions and stuff. Just because he's like still getting used to the game and things like that. But that was a swift 2-0 as far as like the time it took me to take my actions. And then round 3, I finally stopped getting paired down and played against tier 1 decks. Played against Ben playing Purpurial. He killed me game 1. I misplayed 2 different times versus him in game 1, and it ended up costing me the game. Game 2, I ended up stealing it. I was able to lethal him through 4 security thanks to a subtle misplay that he did on his final turn before I killed him. And then game 3, he realized after the fact that it was a misplay to even do it, but he swung at me and got blown out because he passed turn on the swing, and then I lethaled him through 3 or 4 security on my turn and ended up stealing the match. And then round 4 played against Chris. I think you won game 1 as well, didn't you?
No, I lost game 1, won game 2, and then you won game 3.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. You also got blown out game 1, and then you just scooped on the spot because you'd already, like, I think, Grav Crush and stuff, and you weren't going to kill me, and I was just going to get, like, 8 memory or something. Then game 2, couldn't protect myself from the onslaught. You got started way too quickly, and I was at too few security. And then game 3 ended up establishing my stuff, and then you just lose.
Yeah.
Ended up coming in first. I probably don't drop a game to Ben if I don't misplay game 1 to where he doesn't even see game 3, but it's good to get those misplays out of the way now.
Agreed. I thought my best match last night was probably against Purple Hybrid. The way I was able to start navigating through everything.
Yeah.
Especially since the first 2 rounds were against very fair decks.
You think it'd be a lot better since, you know, he's been playing the deck for 3 weeks now, but what do I know?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I thought you'd have your deck down pat.
You talking to me?
I mean, Chris isn't a purple player. That deck has a lot of different lines.
Wait, what's your record against me right now while I'm playing that? You're winless.
What are you talking about?
To me?
I literally 2-0'd you last week when I went true undefeated.
When you went, I was playing Hunters that night.
That is true. He wasn't playing Megidra.
I'm pretty sure it was Megidra.
No, wait. You were playing Megidra.
Sean.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yo, except for the times that I refuse to remember or acknowledge, I'm undefeated versus you.
Listen,
what are you, like 1-5? 1-5?
Never lost a round.
I was 1-2. What are you talking
1-2, Brad. We've played
3 times.
We played 4 times. You're 1-3. We've played 4 times. Twice at Trinity, and twice at TBS.
Only once at TBS.
Nah, you smoking crack.
Here's one over here trying to convince me what happened didn't happen. What are you talking about?
Get gaslighted. Get gaslit.
Yeah, for real.
Trying to.
After Mesquite, I will be posting my deck profile and obviously talking about my deck, but I don't want to leak any information until after Mesquite.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Ruin Mode Turbo, not good enough.
I mean, I could be talking about Ruin Mode Turbo.
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
They'll never know.
It's probably some Angels list he saw on the Facebook page.
Shut up.
Every time, dude,
somebody figured out. Yeah, somebody figured out the Angels list.
Yeah, every time he sees the list, we just get a message in the group chat, and it's basically, "Is this my deck profile?"
They are referencing multiple posts in the Facebook group that I've come across where people are like, "Hey, I just won my store regionals," and I look at the deck list, and it's literally my list. And I'm like, "Oh, this deck looks pretty good. I wonder how you came across this. How'd you figure out these ratios?"
Is this mine?
Is this mine?
This is mine now.
I think after Mesquite, I'm gonna play Angels again. I miss that deck. It's a very fun deck.
It is. It's very good.
I almost thought about playing that at Mesquite. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stick on what I'm playing now.
I mean, unfortunately, I think there are a couple decks that if you took it to Mesquite, it would actually probably lose pretty hard too.
Like what?
Yeah.
I mean, Hunters can immediately out Dom.
No, they can't.
How?
Just tuck another Tamer.
No. Read Dom.
Yeah, I would. No, trash security.
Have you considered reading the cards?
No, because you're not leaving the battle area.
Yes, you are.
When you tuck the cards, you're not leaving the battle area. That's why you don't lose overflow.
Which one of us is a judge?
I don't know which direction Sean is.
I'm to your right, I believe, if your camera's not mirrored. Yes.
Yeah.
You are. The Digimon is leaving the battle area. The card is physically not leaving the battle area. The Digimon is.
What the hell?
Yeah, so if you, for some reason, play with Angels and you play against Hunters, know that Dom can stop Superior Mode.
Okay, so you've given me...
I could Miraculous Mega Knight if, let's say, I had that set up.
You just lagged, but you asked...
Yeah, you lagged.
Miraculous Mega Knight versus Superior Mode? Yes, you could.
Yeah. I thought the whole idea was it doesn't leave the battle. I thought it just, like, tucks it under something else on the board.
No, the whole idea was it was removal that got around, like, basically every form of protection when it first came out. Now that's no longer the case because a lot of cards have when this card would leave the battle area protection as opposed to bounce or bot deck or deletion protection.
And you're not gaining the overflow because it's not hitting the trash. Overflow is only when it's like well, no, I'm not gonna say deleted.
It's because
when it leaves the battle area.
So the reason why overflow doesn't happen is because overflow only happens when it leaves the battle area or from under a card. And if you go from the battle area to under a card, you're still considered one of those two zones. So overflow doesn't happen.
Huh. Well, anyway,
okay, so
has random D-Evo in there now. So
yeah, they do play
card
Tuarmon, which can D-Evo the Dom, yes.
It can, if they're reading their cards properly. Right, Sean?
Yeah, I was...
Okay, so you've named one card. Okay, continue, Brandon.
Kuya. Double Ruin.
Who?
They have to swing at you. They have to swing at you to do that, dude.
Okay, let me just go. Giant Bunny.
No, you would
kill it.
You would shadow the Ruin on the swing.
Yeah, well,
that way they don't get the double proc.
Okay, Brandon. Go ahead. We have answers with Angels, Brandon.
Yeah,
everything.
Continue.
Yeah, continue.
What else you got?
I'm just gonna get bullied, so...
Not getting bullied. I'm just curious. I mean, there are decks that have access to removal, but the two you named don't.
Galaxy playing Invisimon.
I don't.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Have you seen any Galaxy list top recently?
I don't know. I haven't been looking.
The easy answer for that is just Patamon. Just Patamon wins that matchup.
Well, then play Angels. I mean, he's got such a favorable matchup, right?
I'm not good enough with the Angels list yet for me to justify doing that. I'd like to practice with it more.
Start practicing.
Yeah, I would recommend.
No, I'm not going to 1 week before Mesquite.
Yeah, just continue practicing with Megidramon. I think you're already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angels is.
But it was.
Angels isn't a terrible meta call for this format.
I just really want to play Angels again once we get back. I'm like, I want to play this deck again.
I probably will too.
It's such a fun deck.
That's so good. And it'll give me the good brain juices because the deck is shiny. Where did we
I also told Lucas. I was gonna say I told Lucas, I was like, bro, she had Valderarm in her hand. I don't. No, maybe she didn't realize.
She didn't.
She did you ask her?
No, I went over and looked at her hand.
She didn't have Valderarm?
No, she did not. If she did, she could have killed him. So I looked at her hand, and then I also looked in her security because she had the promo Patamon in her hand, and I was like, is Valderarm in her security? Because she would have known because she magnet.
Right.
And she did not have access to Valderarm that turn. If she did, he was dead.
Oh, I thought she did. No, I lied to Lucas.
No, she didn't.
She could have killed him there, right?
She needed Valderarm. She needed everything she already did in addition to Valderarm, and she could have killed him.
Okay. See, that's why I like Valderarm, Sean. I like it in Angels.
It's in my list.
I know, it's a good card.
Just because I'm not the biggest fan of it doesn't mean it's not in the list.
Right.
Yeah, she just wins on the spot if she has Valderarm. And it could either be in her hand or her security, and she just would have won.
Partition, Shadow, Bunny and Dom come out.
Oh yeah, if she checked like her rivals, that would have been funny.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I gotta say this too. Sean made a Papa Roach joke last night, a last resort joke. And I kind of giggled and turned around to go watch a different match. Sean, thinking I didn't get the joke, walks over to me and just shows me the album cover for Last Resort. He goes, "Did you get it?" And I'm like, "Yes, I got it. I know Papa Roach."
So
he had to make sure.
I had to be sure. But I was also... Because I kind of looked away when I said it, and so I didn't see you acknowledge it with your body language, and I was like, am I wrong? Is that not who sang that song? So I googled it, and I was like, no, I'm right.
I laughed and shook my head like this, and then just walked away. I was like, that's old people humor.
Yeah, it's because Ben and Chris were debating on Quartzmon in Hunters. And they were going back and forth, and Ben basically implied it, that it's an emergency button. I was like, yeah, it's his Papa Roach.
Yep.
It's his last resort. Ha ha ha. We did it.
I'm hilarious. All right, weekly reveals. LOL, weeklies in quotes. Garurumon does have the training effect where you can tuck a face down source from your top of your deck. On play, when digivolving, by placing one card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. For each of its face up Digivolution cards, trash any one Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon. I'm sorry, for each of its face down Digivolution cards. I think I said face up.
And it has jamming as an inheritable. So we now have the rules for these for this training effect.
Yeah,
for the face down sources.
Yeah, which makes sense that you would know what they are, but your opponent doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they just go to trash Yeah, then they just go to trash normal sources. So
yeah, they flip face up.
Yeah, it's kind of like blind gotcha.
Yeah, I mean they don't gain any abilities no matter what, so even if it has a when this card is stripped from sources effect, it still doesn't proc.
Yeah.
It's like an
which is important
material.
To know. Yeah.
It's not technically on the field.
I think the Garu's actually pretty good, just because it's for each of his face down, and there is ways to get like multiple under them, so he could potentially like strip a good number of sources.
I was gonna say also just like how it's any source, so it's like targeted source stripping, which is much better than just top one to bottom one. You know, it's like
Yes.
at this point it should just be targeted. Like if they're gonna keep doing effects like this.
Yeah, I agree.
And then of course he also has jamming as inheritable. Pretty good.
Then we have Metal Mamamon. When this card would be played by trashing one Cyborg or version 2 trait card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 2, and then on player when digivolving by placing one Digimon card from your trash face down as its Digimon's bottom source. From one of your opponent's Digimon, trash any one source for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards. Then return one of the Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable end of your turn. Once per turn, one of your Digimon unsuspends. That's weird. That's almost like Reboot.
Really good.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think with the new way Machinedramon's gonna get built with like, hey, I'm just gonna kill you.
Of course, he just great in Machinedramon.
I don't know. What else would this get played in? I don't know.
The DM deck. The DM deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a deck. I don't know if this would get. I don't know if this would get played in Machinedramon.
Yeah, it is a powerful effect.
Also, also, I love his little sprite artwork in his inherited box. He is just like an egg shape.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute.
Then we have Angemon. He also has the training effect, and then on player when digivolving by placing one Digimon card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom resolution card, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 and -3000 DP until their turn ends. Inheritable on deletion if you have 3 or fewer security cards, recover +1.
Unfortunately, I don't think this is Angel support.
It is not.
Will not be making the list.
Frame DP reduction.
That is
true.
This
good. Plus Blastfire will kill a Magna X.
A level 2 plus Blastfire.
Yes, level 2s. Yeah, I mean, you could play this in Angels, but like...
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't play this in there.
Yeah. You would have to reveal the card to your opponent to put it face down as your bottom source, because they would have to verify that it is a Digimon card. Because it's not any card.
Right.
And then we have a bunch of promos.
From what I can tell, there is no high quality res of these yet, so this is the best you're getting.
Excellent. I love it. So Apollomon Ace, obviously it's a Blast Evo. On play or when digivolving to one of your opponent's Digimon, give -4000 DP for the turn for each of your Digimon with the Olympus 12 trait, then delete up to 7000 DP total worth of their Digimon. And then end of your turn, 2 of your Digimon may DNA digivolve into Grace Novamon in the hand, then one of your Digimon may attack. Ace Overflow -4, obviously. And then inheritable, end of your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon may attack.
So this, it's not really even Galaxy support, right? I mean, you could play this in Galaxy, but you're not going to get like its full effect.
Yeah, you would. If you played it in actual Grace Nova Galaxy.
Right. Well, I'm saying like with the Olympus trait, because unless that like slides right in with the Lightwing Nightclaw stuff, right? Because none of those Digimon have that trait.
The Megas do for the Archetype.
Oh, do they have the Olympus?
Yeah, they're Olympus 12s.
So I guess. So I guess you would get some more of its effect.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still negating something by assuming you have both Apollo and Diana up. You're still negging by 8k and then deleting up to a 7k.
Up to 7k total worth of the Digimon.
Yeah, so you can even spread the 7k.
Yeah.
I still just think the Apollomon, the other one, is better because that one's just like, hey, I'm just gonna kill you now. Yeah. This one wants you to play Grace Nova, which just isn't the best card.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, he's an ace, so...
Yeah, I do like the revisiting support for Olympus 12, because I think that's a cool archetype that I would like to see an entire deck built around.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool if they hit that Tamer to 1, though.
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Bakuman, on play when digivolving by trashing one card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, inheritable Retail. That
Is
is
this Ghost support?
Yeah, it's Ghost support. Pretty good effect for the deck.
Yeah, why would they make this a promo? They're like, hey, we kind of want to support this deck. Make one of their cards promo. It's like, come on, man. Like, the deck's not doing anything crazy. Just print this in a regular set.
Why are you surprised at this point? Flamedramon, Vidramon, Shadramon, they all exist.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like when they think of like one-off cards, and they're like, we don't have a set coming out anytime soon, just make them promos.
Right, yeah. Hopefully that card's not like crazy expensive or anything like that. That would suck for Ghost players.
Unless Ghost becomes super good, I doubt it would be that expensive. It might be like when I'm assuming this is going to be a tournament pack. Like, it'll probably be expensive for like the first week or two, and then after that it'll probably be like less than $1.
I could see that.
The Wicked God emerges. What's the cost of this option? It's a 3-cost purple option. Main, by trashing one card with the Compositor Wicked God trait in your hand, draw 2, then place this card in the battle area. End of all turns delay. By deleting one of your Millenniumon, you may play one Wicked God trait Digimon card from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Security, activate this card's main effect.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So this card poops out a Zed Millenniumon.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure when you delete Millenniumon, you get effects. I can't remember exactly what, because I haven't played the deck in a little while.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you get a bunch of triggers.
Yeah, I'm curious if the hype train is still in effect for these cards, because I'm sure that Millenniumon stuff got bought out when that card got leaked.
Yeah, the Millenniumon deck's fun. It's I don't think it's like the best, but I think it's like a solid tier 2 strategy.
Yeah. Demi Vmon, inheritable, your turn once per turn. When any of your blue Tamers are played, draw once. This is all 4 support, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, I don't know if this would replace what you would already
have a
play.
Now we have an Archetype Tama Pearl Force.
Yeah. I guess that's fair, because you would prefer a Demi Vmon over the Wanyamon, in case you're playing any of the Vmons that cost memory.
Right.
Exactly.
Dimetramon, this is Medusa support. Security effect, you may play one card with the Liberator trait and a play cost of 4 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. It does have progress on a level 4. That's pretty good. Inheritable, your turn once per turn. When your opponent's security stack is removed from, gain 1 memory.
Pretty good. You immediately saw 4 of these in.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong effect. It definitely probably replaces the what's
Cyclone?
Yeah, Cyclonemon. Thank you. Then we have Tweetmon. What?
I was saying pretty good.
Yeah. Then we have Tweetmon, which is Atmon support. On play, draw 1. Link Atmon trait costs 1. Blah blah blah. Link effect, when linking, draw 1. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, Elecmon has the training effect, and then inheritable, your turn, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 3,000 DP.
Okay.
Trash.
Card art's adorable.
Yeah, it does look nice. Pomamon, your turn when this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with the Wind Guardian trait, reduce the Evo cost by 1. Inheritable, all turns, plus 1,000 DP.
That's not bad.
Seems pretty
reduced Digivolution.
Yeah,
pretty standard for these not Liberator, for these named archetypes.
Yeah, these weird
I
archetypes.
think they all have a level 3.
Dante's losing it right now.
I mean, Dante was losing it 20 days ago.
Yeah. Parasaurmon does have blocker, and then all turns once per turn when this Digimon suspends. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, inheritable, all turns, plus 1,000.
Well, that's not awful. At least when you block with it, you could also suspend on your opponent.
Yeah, functionally a double blocker.
Yeah, this probably doesn't see play.
I mean, we don't know.
I mean, unless something in the deck later can proc itself to suspend something, and then
I'm sure it does.
I mean, it's a green archetype for the most part. I feel like they probably can. Unimon has the training effect, and then when digivolving / when attacking once per turn by placing one card in your hand face down as the Digimon's bottom source. If you have as many or fewer security cards as the Digimon has face down Digivolution cards, recover +1. Inheritable when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, it's literally just a free recovery when you evo into them, depending on what state of the game you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, they were smart enough to make it a once per turn, so you can evo, attack, and recover too.
That'd be so dope.
That would be dope.
That'd be bad.
It's an interesting card. Andromon. When this card would be played by trashing one cyborg or version 3 trait card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 2. On play or when digivolving by placing one Digimon card from your trash face down as the Digimon's bottom source, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP until their turn ends. It further gets minus 2,000 DP for each of the Digimon's face down Digivolution cards. Inheritable is blocker. This is a yellow vaccine.
Oh, that's really good.
Until their turn ends? Yeah, that's pretty good removal, so it's Preem.
That's Preem.
It is Preem, and this is a yellow vaccine.
Alright, Sean, do the math. How many face down would you have to out Magna X?
5.
Because it starts at 3, and then you get 2 for each one.
Yeah, it's 5, Brandon.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good stuff right
5
there.
times 2 is 10.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Pretty easy math there.
Hey, but what if they got the all turns Demi V?
It's still
or
5.
their turn Demi V.
Or still 5.
Still 5.
5 is 13. Pretty interesting card. More premium DP reduction being introduced in the game is definitely rough for Magna X players. Tanamon, your turn once per turn when any of your version 4 trait Digimon are played by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, gain 1 memory.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Seems useful.
We'll see. Palmon. On play for the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand and place 1 card with the version 4 trait face down as the bottom source of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. When attacking, inheritable once per turn, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
It's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Searcher. It's inheritable. It's kind of sad, though.
Yeah. It's got to do green things, though.
Meat!
While you have a DM trait Digimon or Tamer on the field, which includes the breeding area, you can ignore this card's color requirements. Main, draw 1, then place this card in the battle area. Main, delay by placing 1 card from your hand face down as any of your DM trait Digimon's bottom source. It may digivolve into a DM trait Digimon card in the hand with the evo cost reduced by 2. Security, draw 1, then place this card in the battle area.
I didn't want to interrupt you, Sean, but Brandon is gone.
Oh,
He
Brandon
just sent a message. His Wi-Fi crashed.
Well, I guess we'll just patiently wait on him. This is like an Archetype training card, I guess, basically.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's just like, meat.
Yeah,
It just cracks me up.
Oh, it's a rare, so it'll be foil at least. That's nice.
Yeah. Anything that's kind of like a training card that can that works with your engine or whatever is also really nice.
Yeah. I feel like this archetype's just like all these archetypes are going to be too slow.
Yeah, it's one of those sets where they're introducing new stuff and it's just these are just for fun. These aren't meant to be competitive.
Yeah, because it feels like you're going to be setting this stuff up for 3 or 4 turns and your opponent's going to be like, the game's been over.
Yeah.
I killed you already.
I finally got 5 sources underneath what's it called? We just went over him.
Andromon?
Andromon. I can kill your Magnex, dude. The game's over. I killed you a few turns ago.
I killed you several turns ago. I've been holding my hand out for the handshake for a couple minutes now. Alright. Biomon does have the training effect, and the inheritable is Raid. They gave birds Raid.
Pretty good.
Yeah, even Josh was saying this though. This isn't exactly what he was hoping for. He was hoping for more search. That's what birds really need. Like Raid is cool and all, but he's like, it does. Like I need to be able to see my pieces.
Yeah, it's a red deck.
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
it's
obviously this is more DM version support. It's not going to be used in birds.
I mean, it's
cool if they could, but
it's bird.
Biomon is a bird.
It clearly says burb right here on the card. Burb.
Yep. Burb.
B-I-R-B.
Correct.
Burb.
Monochromon has a training effect. On play / when attacking, not once per turn. By placing one card in your hand face down as a Digimon's bottom source to evo one of your opponent's Digimon inheritable blocker.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty strong. A level 4 that just de-evos at the cost of a card in your hand. That's pretty good. Too bad it's a black card, so like if you splash it and anything.
Yeah.
Also, it's actually going to be de-evo 2. No, because you'd have to be able to give it a rush. Never mind.
Yeah, shut up, Brandon.
Yeah, that is a good point. Unless you can give it a rush, it doesn't matter that it's not once per turn.
If you can unsuspend it,
true.
It's not once per turn.
We can swing twice with it. Pretty solid effect.
That's why they made him 4K DP.
True. Then we have Megidramon. When this card would be played by trashing one cyborg or version 4 trait card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 2. On play or when digivolving by placing one Digimon card from your trash face down as a Digimon's bottom source, delete 2 of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon. For each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, add 1 of this effect's play cost maximum. Inheritable, end of attack once per turn by unsuspending this Digimon. Delete 1 of your Digimon with the lowest level.
So this is one of the cards that help.
Lets you OTK with machine.
Yeah, because you can just target your machine Dramon, delete it, and it unsuspends, and you just kill your opponent. Because there's so many random level 5 security attack +1 Digimon cards in the game now that are all different names that you can easily get 4 under there, kill your opponent, attack through your opponent's security, and then activate this, blow him up, and then just swing for game. So this is one of the cards that helps instigate that.
Yeah, and if you have Chaos X, it trashes a security card too.
Yep. So
yeah,
depending on your stack, you might only need three security attack +1s in there, which is pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Pretty lame.
Yeah, both effects on this guy are pretty good.
Yeah, very, very good card.
I mean, I think that card's definitely deserving of a super rare slot.
Oh, was it a super?
It's probably going to have an alt art. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, that's definitely one of the better cards we've read in this set. Pagumon. When attacking once per turn by trashing this Digimon's bottom face-down source, this Digimon may Digivolve into a version 5 trait Digimon card in the trash with the EVO cost reduced by 1. Interesting.
At least it's not for free.
It's not. That is good.
Being a purple card, I'm like, oh, this is for free.
Yeah, surprisingly it's not. I feel like they probably realize that's probably a mistake.
Yeah.
That is a good
since you're
purple
doing it
effect,
from
though.
trash. Yes,
well,
agreed.
You're doing it from your trash, but there's ways to deliberately put cards that from your hand underneath your stuff. So like you can just set this up to where like the thing you want to evo into is at your bottom source.
Agreed.
So while we have these cards pulled up, you know how the EX sets have started doing like full color card borders? How do you think they're going to handle these ones with the special borders?
I don't know, but they also do it to where they're hollow.
I think you just get them foil and that's it.
That would be my guess, but I could be wrong. But I mean, I'll accept it as long as it's hollow. Whatever they decide to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, EX sets they seem to always do one of those gimmicks now.
Yeah, which I appreciate. Then we have Gazimon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand, and place 1 card with the version 5 trait face down as the bottom source of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Turn the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable is Retail.
Not bad.
God, that little chibi art of him at the bottom is ugly.
Oh my god, that doesn't even look like Gazimon. What is that? It looks like an alien. Looks like a xenomorph.
They made his head so round.
He's got a football head. Hey Arnold down there.
I mean, yeah, it seems like pretty generic good search for deck, though.
Yeah. Digimon has the training effect. When evolving / when attacking once per turn, by placing one card in your hand face down as the Digimon's bottom source, draw one inheritable on deletion, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It is okay. Metal Tyrannomon. When this card would be played by trashing one Cyborg or version 5 trait card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 2. On play or when Digivolving, by placing one Digimon card from your trash face down as the Digimon's bottom source to one of your opponent's Digimon D-Evo 1 for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, then delete one of your opponent's 3000 DP or lower Digimon inheritable is Piercing.
Another super rare that I feel like is actually pretty good.
I am surprised that it doesn't say trash your opponent's top security card when this Digimon...
That's what I was gonna say.
They're like, we need to chill on that. Just give it Piercing.
Piercing's cool though because I don't think there's many that do give piercing. I think this might be the only one. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. This would also, I guess, help facilitate the OTK.
There's a Megidramon from EX1 that gives piercing. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right. Yeah. So there's like one other. Okay.
There might be more. That's just the one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. It seems alright. I mean, D-Evo and Piercing's neat, so...
Yeah, a 5 cost D-Evo 1 and delete something.
Yeah.
Then we have the new Machinedramon, which is one of the secret rares of the set. Looking forward to the alt art, because this one's kind of ugh. Maybe it'll look cool in person with the foiling texture, but...
I like it. It seems like that lightning and stuff is just, like, taking up from some of the, art.
I don't like how green it is.
That's fair. Be squaring up with a Mamemon.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm sure the alt art's probably going to be pretty sick looking, but maybe it'll obviously look different in person, but on the scan, it's too green. It's a black card. Why is it so green?
It also doesn't help when the entire thing is just covered in sample. Yeah,
that also takes away from the image.
Yeah, you can't really enjoy it in its full clarity.
Yeah. On play, when Digivolving / when attacking once per turn, by placing one level 5 Cyborg or version 5 trait card from your hand or trash as its Digimon's top Digivolution card, activate one on play effect on the placed card as an effect of this Digimon all turns when the Digimon leave the battle area by trashing its bottom 2 face down or Cyborg trait Digivolution cards it doesn't leave. Assembly -6, which is cross but better. 4 level 5 Cyborg trait Digimon cards with different names when this would be played by placing the specified cards from the trash under it, reduce the play cost. So you can play it for 6 memory.
I hate it.
I just don't think... I just can't imagine myself playing this over EX1 Machinedramon.
So this guy has an on play, and it's a toolbox on play, and it also tucks a 5th source as part of the cost of that.
Right, but maybe EX1 Machinedramon's doing the same thing with 5 sources.
Yes, but he doesn't have an on play.
Yeah, I know.
The only benefit to him,
DP protection.
The only benefit to him is DP protection, but this guy has when it would leave the battle area protection.
That's true. So,
which is necessary because you don't just lose to Chaos Dag or Angemon anymore.
Yeah, or Archetype.
Or as Brandon learned.
Yeah,
Hunters.
Yes. This is actually a pretty good card.
Yeah, it's gonna suck trying to pick up 4 of these because it's gonna be stupid expensive. As
agreed.
Secret Machinedramons are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this power creeps EX1.
Yeah. Talking about the art again, I really do like how it looks like he's breaking out of his VPET, because Mamemon's on the outside of it, and he's like climbing his way through. like one of his arms grabbing and pulling himself out of it. I think that looks cool.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, this is pretty disgusting when you combine it with Chaos X.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Chris is just a hater.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd obviously have to play with it to, know.
That's what she said. I think
Yeah.
the issue they're going to run into with playing this card over EX1 is you do lose a DP reduction then,
Right.
which will be nice as a yellow player.
That's what I'm saying. I think EX1 is better against maybe my locals, and then everywhere else it'll be.
I mean, it's probably going to have some number of both depending on the meta.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a really powerful card.
Don't you have a card that's like, hey, when this guy would be deleted, play another dude, play another Megidramon?
I don't.
Or when it's deleted, play another one, or some bullcrap like that?
I don't think so. Chris, is there a card in Megidramon that does it?
Is it BT11 Megidramon?
No, it's
Is that
Analog
on-delete?
Man. Yeah, BT11 machine with Analog Man, right? Isn't that what it does?
Yeah, something like that.
I think you have to play
go back.
BT11 machine, dude.
Well,
yeah.
that was when it was like a one stack,
stack
deck, and then you would like Digivolve, you could surge and then tuck it, and then that's when you would do the combo where you would like blow it up and then it would come back out with Rush.
Yeah. I feel like this version probably is going to go back to the EX1 roots where you're just hard slamming it.
We're gonna be playing that 3 cost. Is it 2 or 3 cost
I think
option
it's 3
card?
cost.
Where you can reduce the on play, so you're gonna be even playing this for even cheaper.
Yeah.
There's just got to be a way to give it Rush now, which I don't think there is.
Yeah, there is. Attack of the heavy mobile dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
Be attacking
Okay.
with the
Yeah.
level dudes.
Well, I'm thinking we just need a level 5 cyborg with Rush. Just give me
No, they
that,
don't.
like a shout.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Anyway, moving on. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, this is Brandon. No.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Betamon has the training effect and then inheritable jamming. Cool.
Another level 3 with jamming. Nice.
Yeah, the art's nice. Alright. Then we have... Okay, I'm not going to be able to read the images. That's unfortunate.
I hope you guys were happy with all the EX9, because then Bandai was like, hey, what about BT22, guys?
Hey, what about BT22? So we have Agumon. On play, you may return one card with Greymon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in its name from your trash to the hand. Inheritable, end of your turn, this Digimon and any of your other Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand.
And Brandon's happy about this.
Yeah. It's a CS trait, which apparently is going to be an Omnimon deck.
Yep, Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
Well,
This is the Nokia.
Yeah,
This is the Nokia Agumon.
Correct.
indeed.
Then we have Meramon. Main, once per turn by paying 2 memory, this Digimon gains raid and piercing for the turn that this Digimon may attack. Inheritable, your turn, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. This is also a CS trait.
Yeah, the reason why this is one of the cards is because early on in Cyber Sleuth, before you can start Digivolving into like main lines, this would be one of the first Digimon you would Digivolve into.
Oh, that's cute, I guess. So this is one of the first ones that gets replaced when they get more support.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Chris, I think you're forgetting there's a certain character who has a bunch of Meramon guys.
Oh, yeah, true. Duh.
Jimmy Ken.
Yeah, the pop idol.
Then we have a new Rise Greymon, which I'm super excited about. Has raid, and then when Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers from your hand without paying the cost, you may play 1 red or black Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less, or 1 Tamer with the CS trait for free. Inheritable security attack +1.
So this is a 4 cost to Evo, right?
Unless you Evo on top of Greymon or CS trait, and then it's 3.
Okay. So I like this because this is how I hope some more cards are in the future, where it's like, hey, this is support for like so many different decks.
Multiple,
this is red, black, CS, like, and then it's just inheritable as generic security attack +1, which is like perfect for a red deck.
Yeah, that's the perfect part about these CS trait cards, is because they're incorporating how the games operate. Because you're able to freely Evo into anything as you're going, like, it makes sense that these effects are generically more pliable.
Yeah.
Yo, give us Greymon X back to 4. This card evos for 1 on top of Greymon X.
Yup. Yeah, I really like this card. It slots into so many different decks.
Yeah, like I'm excited to play this card in Black War / Gaio strategies. This is dope AF. I'm really excited about this card. Dibs on Judge Stamps. Cause it's a common out of the set.
No such thing.
Oh, it's a common. I was hoping for at least a rare.
Nope. If you want it hollow, you gotta get the Judge Stamp ones.
At least that means it'll be easy to obtain, but still, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I think every single one of these cards is a common.
You are correct. They all are commons. Well, I appreciate them doing that instead of Judge Stamping a card that's already hollow. Yeah. Thank you, Bandit. You're learning. Then we have Vigdramon.
Let's go.
Also has a CS trait. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Tamer card with Vigdramon in its text from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable all turns once per turn with Digimon with Vigdramon in its name will leave the battle area by your opponent's effects. By suspending the Digimon, it doesn't leave. So it's power creep evade.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just inheritable evade. It might as well just say invade.
No,
this is better evade.
Yeah, it's better than evade.
I know, but still, it might as well.
Because it stops superior mode, as Brandon has learned on this episode.
Yep.
I have now learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
Hey, you learn something new every day.
You do. Gargomon also has a CS trait. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Tamer card with a CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable all turns plus 1000 DP.
This makes sense because one of the starter Digimon you get or partner Digimon you can pick is Terriermon, so makes sense.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Terriermon has the exact same effect. So you might be able to play 2 Tamers immediately.
That's pretty good.
Because, like, you could promote Terriermon, Evo into Gargo, then use the Terrier Inheritable to tuck it back under, and then it plays a Tamer when you do that. I'm pretty sure.
So it's power creeped Galaxy Engine, because the only thing the Galaxy Engine can't do is play its Tamers for free.
Yeah, basically.
Then we have Togemon, which is the first red Togemon that I'm aware of, which is interesting. Green and red.
That's the first I can think of.
Yeah, so Gargomon, Togemon, and then Gardramon are the 3 level 4s for the Takumi / yeah, for the starters. The main line of the starters for
All right. I don't know at what point that cut off, so I'm just gonna read its effect again.
I assume you're just gonna edit out all that. So
yeah. Togemon, on play when Digivolving, when your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn, then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, this Digimon gains Raid and Piercing for the turn, inheritable your turn plus 2k. Never mind. We were on... No, this was what we were on, right?
yeah, Togemon.
Okay.
Yeah, the Togemon. Yeah.
Alright.
Seems okay.
Yeah, seems okay. Seems okay.
I think the Togemon and the Palmon are probably the weakest so far of the ones we're going to see.
Spoilers. Gardramon also has CS trait. On play when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. Then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon. Inheritable opponent's turn, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. Colors.
Pretty good.
Yellow.
Black, yellow.
Yellow, black. Yeah, black, yellow. Makes sense with its effects.
Yep.
Kurisarimon has a CS trait. This is also DS support, I'm sure. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Errata Sonata from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable all turns once per turn. When the Digimon with Diaboromon in its text leaves the battle area by deleting one of your other Diaboromon, it doesn't leave.
Yup, that's pretty good. That's what they've been asking for. A way to play Errata for free and another Errata, which we are definitely going to get.
And
I
a
can
protection
probably
effect.
guarantee. I can pretty much. I'm not going to guarantee this, but I want to guarantee it. Do we know what the secrets are for this set yet?
BT22, no.
I don't think
One's
so.
definitely going to be an Omnimon. That one's got to be a guarantee. And the other one's definitely going to be Errata. He's going to be like a 4 or 5 cost Tamer. And he's definitely going to... You think a super? Dude, I don't know, because we've already seen the art form. I don't know if we
Dude,
saw what rarity he was.
that
I could
reminds me
imagine him being a secret.
The Nokia that we're gonna go over in a few minutes is we already seen the alt art for that, and the alt art for that looks sick AF.
Yeah,
Oh!
yep.
It's gonna be so expensive.
I could imagine the Omnimon being a secret, maybe a super. I could definitely see one of the Errata being the secret.
Okay, this is going to be a tiny thing. If you have not played the Cyber Sleuth game, this will be a mild spoiler. I think the final boss Eater is going to be the other secret. I think it's going to be Omni and the final boss Eater.
I hope it's Alter S.
Yeah, just Alter S.
It's just Alter S. Yeah, my bad, Sean. Yeah, you're right.
But both secret. It could be regular Omni and then Alter S. Omni is both
Alter S
secrets.
is the other one. Oh god.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wait, isn't Alter in EX9? Or is it in
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's probably Omnimon. Alter S is probably one of the secret. It's probably the other secret for EX9. Because they're leaking two different sets, it's confusing me.
Yeah, it's gonna be another Alter B.
Yeah. Eater species form, blocker, on play draw 1. Rule, you may play up to 50 copies of this cards with this card's number in your deck. Inheritable breeding your turn once per turn. When any of your Digimon cards with the Eater trait will be played, you may reduce the play cost by 1.
So
new Mother D Reaper.
Yeah, we have 100% continued to call this as what the deck's format is going to be. It's going to play like D Reaper and like Omni Royal Knight kind of put into one. Because you're going to be able to hide your main Eater in the breeding area and then hard play stuff for cheap. But you're also able to play 50 of a copy of a card.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, obviously, the one guy at Bandai who's locked away in the translation room, someone over there, they're definitely listening to this podcast because me and Brandon called for this a long time ago. I'm just glad, Bandai listens over here.
Big facts.
This is everything we ever wanted out of this set.
Eater human form. Digivolves on top of Eater species form for 2 memory. When Digivolving, you may place 1 Eater species form in this Digimon's sources as the bottom source card of one of your Mother Eater in the breeding area. Your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon checks your opponent's security stack, you may play 1 Tamer card with the CS trait in your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable breeding, your turn, once per turn, when any of your Digimon cards with Eater trait will be played, you may reduce play cost by 1.
Oh, okay, so Errata's gonna be...
It's gonna work with this and Dia.
And Dia, yeah.
Makes sense.
Again,
it's gonna be the secret.
It'll be hilarious if it doesn't work with Dia. It just works with the Eaters.
It has to, because that's his Digimon in the game.
Yeah.
It has to. It's gonna be both. That's why I think it's the secret.
I said it would be funny if it didn't.
Oh, it would be
Dia.
funny. That would be heartbreaking.
Well, I mean, the Kurosari bare minimum is support for Dia.
Yeah.
A good support too.
Yeah, it's a very good card. It replaces one of the level 4s you were playing.
Yeah. So you're probably still playing Rush because it can play the first one for free, and then this one can play the second one for free. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Airdramon has the training effect. When attacking once per turn by placing your deck's top face-down card as its Digimon's bottom source to one of your opponent's... Oh, okay. As I was reading it, I thought it was saying place a top card of your deck under one of your opponent's Digimon, and I was like, what?
Whoa.
Hey.
I have a slight migraine. It's making me dumb.
Cards.
To one of your opponent's Digimon, give minus 2,000 DP for the turn for each of the Digimon's face-down sources. Inheritable's Barrier.
Oh, so it's kind of butts.
Barrier's cool, I guess.
Barrier's
Inheritable.
Yeah, Barrier's nice. Hopefully I'm assuming they're going to start giving this to Yellow like they give Blue Jamming, which would be nice for Yellow.
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Yeah.
He's goofy looking.
He is a little goofy looking. Then we have Dark Tyrannomon. Has the training effect. On play or when Digivolving, you may place 1 card in your hand face down as Digimon's bottom source. For each of this Digimon's face down sources, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your Digimon may attack your opponent's Digimon. Inheritable on deletion, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. That is cheeks.
That's butts.
Yeah.
That's butt awful.
I really like the art. That's so unfortunate that its card is so bad. Like,
Yeah.
its art is really cool.
Like, it couldn't delete something as an on deletion. Like, that is... What's the point of that?
Okay,
It's a
so
green card.
I will say, on a slight plus side, he does allow you to just on play and then swing with something. We have seen that is okay sometimes, but I don't see what the application for that would be.
That was
now.
okay in a
You know what
pre-release
I'm saying?
format, Brandon. That was not, like...
No, I mean, going into Breakdramon and then being able to swing with it was pretty good in Examon, but Examon's pretty cheeks overall. It's a good... You know what, Sean? It's a good play.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point. Thank you. X-Tyrannomon. When any of your version 5 trait Digimon would Digivolve into this card, for each of their face-down Digivolution cards, reduce the Evo cost by 1, has Fortitude, and then on play when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then by trashing the Digimon's bottom face-down source, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP to the hand. Inheritable, all turns once per turn when a Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash your top security card. There it is. I think they mixed this one up with the other one that we were looking at.
Yeah, there's the Inheritable.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah, this is probably not going to get played, I would assume.
No.
I mean, you can Evo into it for potentially
It's a puppet.
free, but...
It's a puppet. Maybe Ben will play this in puppets.
You literally can't, because it doesn't Evo on puppets.
Hey, I don't know. It's a puppet.
It Evos on top of Raramon and DM trait.
Yeah, you just on play it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Sukamon. End of your turn. Once per turn, by placing 3 Digimon cards, the version 3 trait from your trash face down as the Digimon's bottom sources, it may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 3 trait in the hand or trash. That is for the cost. Inheritable's blocker.
Oh, it's for the cost? That's kind of lame.
Yeah, it does not say without paying the cost, which is something they would have specified if it were the case.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, obviously, this is my first time seeing it, so when you were reading it, I was like, oh, it's going to do it for free. Then you finished reading it, and I went, oh, never mind.
Yeah, this is also my first time reading it. This is something I would have skimmed over as the leaks were coming out live. I would have been like, I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Digivolve into Edomon from the trash. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Not the good Edamon.
No? I mean, the next Edamon...
Oh, it has to be version 3.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah,
This is
lame.
a hard Archetype locked.
Yeah.
You can Evo into this guy. Edamon. When any of your version 3 trait Digimon would Digivolve into this card, for each of their face-down sources, reduce the cost by 1. Security attack +1. When Digivolving / when attacking once per turn, by trashing the Digimon's bottom face-down source, recover +1. Inheritable, all turns once per turn when your security stack is removed from one of your opponent's Digimon, gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn.
I mean, its effect isn't too bad.
It's not. I'm curious what you would put this in, but I mean, none of these effects are bad necessarily.
It's puppets. This is, yeah.
Oh yeah, you could just play this in puppets. It doesn't Evo for reduced cost or anything, but it is a puppet and is yellow.
I mean, well, yeah, I guess if it survived for a turn, you're getting 2 recovery off with, like, no restrictions, really.
Yeah.
Because if you go into this from the Sukamon, it's you're already gonna straight up have 3 face down cards.
Mm-hmm.
So he himself reduces his Evo cost instead of the Suka doing it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you can Evo off the Sukamon for free into this guy. That's the combo.
Yeah.
Also, I love his little sprite work. That is the original sprite for...
Oh my god. It looks like he's wearing headphones.
Yeah, like, they took that and turned him into a pop star simply because he was a monkey wearing sunglasses. That's what they had to work off.
I like his giant goofy ears and sunglasses in the sprite. He's on all fours in this sprite, dude. That? Why is he walking around on his hind legs now?
Yeah, dude, somebody saw that sprite and said, what if we turned it into Elvis?
Yeah, what if that monkey is giving Elvis? I'm gonna take it and run with it.
I love that.
Tuskmon. I think this is the first Tuskmon we've ever had in the game. I don't recall a single other Tuskmon.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Training effect. When Digivolving / when attacking once per turn, by placing 1 card in your hand face down as Digimon's bottom source, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. Inheritable is Raid.
I mean, more inheritables with Raid is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
We were incorrect, Sean. There has been 1 Tuskmon before this.
Was it a vanilla?
No, actually. All right, I will give you a chance to guess what set.
Can I have any kind of hint whatsoever? Because I will not guess it blindly.
It is pre-BT10.
BT4.
It's not an EX set, right?
Not an EX, it's a named BT set.
And it wasn't one of the first... Was it one of the first three to where it was 1.0 or 1.5?
No.
Okay. So that narrows it down. I'm going to say...
I will say it's a very, very good set.
Was it... No, it wasn't that set. BT7.
Ding, 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 ding. BT7.
I was pretty confident it wasn't BT9. So I was like, it must be BT7 because that's the only other like good set.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a when digivolving plus 2,000 to himself for the turn.
Oh, okay. So it might as well be a vanilla. Dope.
Might as well be vanilla.
Might as well be a vanilla.
Yeah. Gizamon also has training, and then inheritable when attacking once per turn. Trash the bottom source of one of your opponent's Digimon.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a card. Koromon.
I mean, I hate how he's bullying that poor Poyomon.
I did notice that. It looks like it's very upset. Koromon, when attacking once per turn, this Digimon with face down sources may digivolve into a version 1 trait Digimon card in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 1.
Yo, is he peddling drugs?
Yeah, is that a pill or is that meat?
No, he's
That's a pill.
he's bringing him that medicine because the Koromon clearly isn't doing well.
So this is the plug? Is that what? Is that
Yes.
the lure? Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Pretty good card, I guess.
Yeah, it seems
sure.
good.
Meanwhile, Sunamon's just trying to get his protein.
Yeah. Your turn, once per turn, when face down cards are placed in this Digimon's sources, this Digimon may digivolve into a version 2 trait Digimon card in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So
At least none of them are free.
Yeah, all unique cost reductions based on their level, or their color, I mean.
Well, I mean, technically, based on their Digivice color.
No, the card game color.
No, because it's based on the version, and the version is the color of the card border.
Yeah, but the effects are related to the Digimon card color.
Doesn't it say the version?
It does say the version.
It does. I'm saying like purple Evos from Trash. Koromon is a when attacking effect, which is red.
Right.
Sunamon is a source introduction effect, which is blue.
I get what you're saying.
No, I just don't think he understands. So, I think we have to sit here and explain it to him for 5 more minutes.
Celebrate Analog Man.
It is a memory setting analog, man. Congrats, Machine Dramon players.
Finally.
And it's not 5 memory to play. That's pretty dope. Your turn, when any of your play cost 7 or higher Cyborg, Machine, or DM trait Digimon are played. By suspending this Tamer, draw 1 and gain 1. Then you may place 1 card from your hand face down as any of those Digimon's bottom sources. That's pretty good.
F this card.
So Machine Dramon is immediately a 5 cost with just 1 of these out, and that's not even using the delay option.
Yeah, the delay option makes it 2.
He's a memory setter and then some, because you get to draw and gain memory.
Actually, I'm surprised he doesn't cost 5 memory.
So I think obviously this will be the one that you would play now. Like the other one's redirection is cool and all. It's just not. It doesn't facilitate because now we're obviously gonna be like a super aggro, like hey, I'm just gonna kill you deck.
Yeah.
And this helps facilitate that more than the other one.
Agreed. You might play some number of the other one, but this is probably going to be your 4 of, and the other one's going to be like a splash.
Yeah. The other one helps you cycle your deck a little bit faster because you're not having. It's not when you play stuff. So
also, I think
it's just Dharma main.
Yeah, the redirect is pretty good as well.
Yeah. You don't need.
We just would need a way to play them for free, which I unless it's like a level 5, I don't think we're gonna get.
Rise Greymon.
Yeah, you got Cyberdramon Ace. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Rise Greymon.
Yeah, and Cyberdramon Ace. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Raramon. End of your turn once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with the version 5 trait from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom sources. It may digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 5 trait in the hand or trash. Inheritable on deletion, de-evo 1/1 of your opponent's Digimon. Rule trait has Cyborg type.
Okay. I don't think this would replace the promo one.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it would.
My first thought when I saw this artwork was what people who vape actually look like.
He looks like he's vomiting. Lots of gross stuff happening there. Then we have Teropiamon. On play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of the Digimon can't unsuspend until their turn ends. All turns once per turn. When effect suspend any of your Wind Guardian trait Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Wind Guardian trait Digimon card in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, end of your turn once per turn. One of your Digimon with the Wind Guardian trait may unsuspend.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For its archetype, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, they made its all turns effect pretty locked into Wind Guardians, which is smart because it can't just be splashed in bloom now.
Yeah. It's interesting that this is half purple and none of these effects are purple related. But whatever.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hydrussy.
The return of Hydrussy.
Yeah, right there. When this card would be played by suspending one of your Wind Guardian trait Digimon, reduce the play cost by 4. On play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then one of the Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend until their turn ends. Your turn once per turn when your Digimon are played or Digivolve. If any of them have the Wind Guardian trait, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Wind Guardian trait Digimon card in the hand.
Cool. I mean, the best part for me is honestly just being able to DNA at the end, just because, hey, at least now they have a boss monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I believe this is their boss monster. Cernumon? Guess is how you'd say that. Looks like a Xerneas knockoff.
For real.
It's 3 colors, green, yellow, and blue. It doesn't DNA Digivolve with Wind Guardian traits as specifically colors, which is interesting.
That's weird.
Alliance and blocker. When Digivolving, you may play 1 play cost 7 or lower Wind Guardian trait Digimon card from here without paying the cost. Then if DNA Digivolving, you may return up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns once per turn. When any of your Wind Guardian trait Digimon would leave the battle area other than in battle, you may play 1 play cost 7 or lower Wind Guardian trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. So this guy can spam Puppetmon.
Yeah. And then on top of that, when DNAing, it doesn't even care what the cards are. You just bottom deck them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no restriction on that. It's just target 2 Digimon, bottom deck them.
That is true, yeah.
That's very good.
This guy, in combination with Puppetmon, either coming out with the Wind Digivolving effect or the All Turns effect, is pretty nasty. That's a pretty big punish for getting rid of your opponent's stuff.
Yeah.
Have you considered No You?
Yeah. It's good that it's not a protection effect, it's just a punish for getting him off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting card.
Pretty good.
Yep.
It's a nice boss monster, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it essentially lets you ace somebody when they out your stack. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Tokomon. Your turn once per turn with Digimon with face down Digivolution cards would Digivolve into a version 3 trait Digimon card, reduce the EVA cost by 1.
See, this is the purple one, Sean.
No, it's the yellow one.
Toko.
This is probably the best one in my opinion. It doesn't require you to be doing anything specific. You're just like, I already have a face down card.
Right.
I mean, doesn't the blue one have something similar? The Sunamon?
It triggers when you add a source though.
Oh yeah.
This is just you can promote
like, hey,
and just like I'm just Evoing for 1 viewer. Then we have the Ultimate Cup
New
Alt
Ulti
Arts.
Cups.
Yeah. Who asked? That actually looks pretty cool.
I will say.
Yeah, they do look pretty cool.
I will say, at least they were nice enough to give you like the new ones. These are the BT21 cards.
Yeah, they are.
Res Patamon.
We have. Oh, did we already go over this one?
Yeah, we went over this one, the Patamon, and the Gazimon already.
Okay.
So we might have read that Gazimon twice.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Nanimon, end of your turn once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards, the version 4 trait from your trash face down on this Digimon's bottom sources. It may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 4 trait in the hand or trash. Inheritable, your turn, all of your opponent's created Digimon get minus 3000 DP.
Meh.
Okay.
I like how they gave him arms, even though his original sprite did not have arms.
Yo, they did not.
Also, that is a nice bottle of hot sauce he has right there.
That's clearly alcohol.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
No. That's hot sauce.
Obviously liquor.
Definitely hot sauce.
Necromon, end of your turn once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with the version 1 trait from your trash face down to Digimon's bottom sources. It may digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 1 trait in the hand or trash. Inheritable blocker.
Okay.
Yep. Finally, Necromon support.
Yeah, I needed it.
Yep.
Protein.
This is drugs. This looks like that pill.
Protein.
Clearly protein.
Okay, while you have a DM trait Digimon or Tamer on the field, you can ignore this card's color requirements. Main, draw one, then place this card in the battle area. Main, delay by trashing one of your DM trait Digimon's bottom 2 face down sources that unsuspends security, gain 1 memory, then place this card in the battle area.
That's pretty good.
Yo, why are you looking like that?
Yeah.
He's side-eyeing while like opening really wide for this drug.
Yeah.
He's looking at the trainer like, why are you making me eat this?
Yeah, why do I have to
Yo,
do
this Betamon wildin'.
Yeah. Alright. I wasn't excited for this card until I read the next card, but
Yep.
You son of a...
So, where Garurumon Sagittarius mode, this is a super rare. On play or when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until their turn ends. Your turn when any of your Digimon or Tamers with Greymon or Matt Ishida in their names are played, or any of your Digimon digivolve into a Digimon card with Greymon in its name. This Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Garurumon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon.
Pretty good. I don't like how they're... Yeah, I don't like how they're giving Garurumon de-evo.
I don't either, but it is Alt-RS support, so I'm willing to accept it.
Yeah, I know you are.
Alright, and yeah, I read this card and I was like, I hate it, and then they leaked the next card and I was like, oh, okay, fair.
Never mind, I'm back, baby!
Just kidding. Crest Garurumon Ace, so has Alliance and Blocker. On play or when digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns when any of your level 6 Digimon would leave the battle area other than in battle, 2 of your Digimon may digivolve into Omni Alt-RS in the hand. Inheritable, your turn, the Digimon's attack target can't change.
It's pretty good.
Alt-RS is back. We're still waiting on them to leak the Blitz Greymon and the new Alt-RS that I'm assuming we're getting, but this is good enough.
I mean, you're also for sure going to get a Metal Greymon Alt-RS mode.
Yeah.
That's going to support this.
Yes, I'm very excited for this. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
This guy, just with the existing support, is cool because if they out your Alt-RS, he just plays this guy out from your sources, and you're like, okay, bot deck one of your guys.
No overflow for me.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the Blitzcray is also going to be an ace, and then the Alt-RS is not going to be an ace. It could be, but that would be probably kind of rough, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Then we have Soundbirdmon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Negamon in its name, and 1 Digimon card with the Abidomon in its name among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable, all turns, plus 1,000 DP.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does a thing.
It do be doing things. Rare Raramon. On play, when digivolving, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon. On deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Negamon in its text from your hand without paying the cost. For every 2 Negamon in your trash or your Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 1 of this effect's level maximum. Inheritable, all turns once per turn. When attack targets change, if the Digimon has Abidomon in its name, it unsuspends. Yeah, whatever. I mean, until we see the boss monster, we will not know what this archetype does.
Yeah.
The starters.
Yep. Terriermon, this is BT22 again. This is CS .deck. Your turn once per turn when it affects place Digimon cards with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. If you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Tamer card with the CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable main, once per turn by placing this CS trait Digimon's top set card as its bottom Digivolution card, draw 1.
Pretty good.
It's Galaxy.
Yeah, so you go into Gargo. Yeah. Go into Gargo, play a Tamer. tuck the Gargo, play a Tamer.
Yep. That is exactly right. Palmon. Your turn once per turn. When it affects, place Digimon cards with the CS trait in this Digimon sources. Gain 1 memory. Inheritable main. Once per turn, by placing the CS trait Digimon's top set card as its bottom source, draw 1.
Spoiler, they all have that.
This engine's gonna be so good.
Dude, I cannot wait for this.
Hagurumon. Your turn once per turn. When it affects, place Digimon cards with CS trait in this Digimon's sources. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Inheritable main. Blah, blah, blah. Draw 1.
Yep.
So is this going to be the Omnimon deck?
No. Okay, so this...
So it's going to be two different ones?
Remember Takumi?
There's the main character. There's the main character Cyber Sleuth, which is this deck. And there's going to be two of them. There's going to be the male character and the female character.
Okay.
And then the Omnimon deck is no... Well, I'm saying there's...
Female.
Gotcha.
For this set.
Yeah. And then for Omnimon, it's Nokia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have your player character deck, you have Arata's Diaboromon deck, and then you're going to have Nokia Omnimon deck.
Omnimon.
You're probably also eventually, we don't know yet, we haven't seen any pieces, I don't think, going to be getting potentially a Gaiomon deck, a Machinedramon deck, because we have seen them in the pack art.
It'll be random
stuff.
There'll be a bunch of like random, like sprinkled in other support for other stuff, because there's like B support in the thing, or there's like B. Yeah, there's like all kinds of random Digimon. Like Royal Knights were really important in the game, so maybe there could be like a random Royal Knight support.
Based on what I've been told, the Rise Gray is a Gaiomon card, so I'm assuming that means we're going to get Gaiomon support.
Also, Rina is in the game.
L-Force,
somehow, some way, she they do some dimension hopping. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Okay.
She just shows up. She's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then she disappears. It's like, okay, bye.
We go hunting for her.
Yeah.
Because Bullforce, the big dingus that he is, gets lost in the multiverse, and you have to go find him.
Yeah, he gets lost in the sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's just with a child, and you're just like, hey, dude, we need you, Royal Knight stuff. And he's like, I bet, let's run the fade.
Sounds like Bullforce. Alright. Eismon. Rush and Collision. On deletion, you may return one Digimon card with Necromon in its text from your trash to the hand. Assembly, -3 with 4 Eismon scatter modes. So this is tuck them from your trash due to play cost. Inheritable all turns. This Digimon gets 1,000 DP.
Can't wait for Ben to try and play this. Well, he might not play this because it's black now instead of purple.
This is not purple. Yeah. Abaddamon might be black-purple, but...
It's funny because before we read the next card, like you read that and you're like, but we can only have one Eismon.
That is true. Eismon Scatter Mode. On play, by trashing one card with Necromon and its text from your hand, draw 2. Rule. You can include up to 50 copies of cards with this card's card number in your deck. Inheritable is Digimon gets 1,000 DP all turns.
Yeah, pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah. Have we seen Necromon yet? Do we know what this deck's going to do?
We might see him eventually, but I don't think we've seen it yet.
Isn't Abaddamon the boss monster, or is Necromon the boss monster?
I don't know, man.
I think Abaddamon is, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Ami Iba? Amy?
Yep.
Amy Iba? Ami?
Yeah,
I think you were right the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Japanese, so it's probably Ami.
Yeah, I mean, she's clearly Caucasian, but sure, it's Japanese. 4-cost Tamer. Start of your main phase, your opponent's Digimon gain 1 memory. Your turn, when any of your Digimon digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait, if it has a Digivolution card with the same level as the Digivolve Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait in the hand without paying the cost.
It's Galaxy.
It's Galaxy, except for this time you can cheat out your Tamers on top of it, and you have inherent draw power instead of searching. You just draw cards, so that means you can toolbox the hell out of it.
Hopefully, it stays Archetype locked.
Well, it literally won't, because you can just play whatever. If the Megas suck, you can just put whatever Megas you want, because this is going to have access to like every color.
This basically just lets you go into your 5 real quick for free.
Yeah, and then just like, I'll pay the memory for my 6. It's fine.
Yeah, Brandon goes. I can see it now. Brandon's gonna go. Okay, Terriermon, Gargo, activate effect, draw, Digivolve into Gargo again, and this is already out on the field. You're gonna tap this, go into his level 5, and then
I get to play it off the Gargo, and then I get to play a second one off the Terrier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you played this in between. It's just gonna be, oh god, and then he's gonna be screaming that he didn't see enough pieces, and he didn't see his Tamers fast enough.
My pieces.
My pieces.
What rarity was that? Is she a super?
It was a super. That's gonna be expensive. Waifu tax.
I think we've seen her alt art as well. I might be wrong.
I don't remember.
I think we have.
I think we saw Arata's and Nokia's. I don't remember the other ones.
Oh no, she's in the artwork of Yuko. I think it's Yuko. Okay. I can never remember which one's Yuko, which one's Yuko.
Me neither.
But the female, she's like, you can see her hand reaching out to her.
Kunamon has a training effect and piercing.
Back to X9.
Who cares?
Back to X9.
Ogremon, training effect. When Digivolving / when attacking once per turn by placing one card in your hand face down on Digimon's bottom source, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, draw one and trash one card in your hand.
Seems okay.
Yeah, this is Melga.
Yeah, seems okay. Hey?
It's Melga?
Draw one, trash one. Eater species form.
Res.
Yeah, we've seen this one.
Oh, that's right. We went over this without the picture, I think, right?
Yeah, it was in the the promo. It was there with
that was one of the judge pack cards.
The judge pack cards. Dude, those are going to be expensive. A judge pack card that you can play 50 copies of. If this card's any kind of playable, that's going to be super expensive.
Yo.
God, he looks 1-to-1 to the game as well. They even took the same art style and everything.
Hanimon. On play, by trashing one card in your hand, you may return one Digimon card with the puppet trait from your trash to the hand. Inheritable opponent's turn once per turn when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other Digimon in that attack.
Ben, spam the Discord chat when these got revealed.
Ben is stoked because this is technically Cinderella support, since Cinderella is a puppet archetype. Hopefully that works out for him. It'd be really funny if it just doesn't really work that well with Cinderella and just play this as a standalone archetype that's better.
No,
none of them have overclock.
That is right, yeah.
Sean. Yeah. For reasons not named currently on this podcast, I think Cinderella's a really good deck, and I think you guys should definitely check it out.
Yes. No, I can't condone that statement.
Yeah, he can't say that. Come on now.
I can't co-sign.
Holding a gun to his head, he wouldn't say it.
Yeah, Cinderella sucks. Kokeshimon. When Digivolving / on deletion by trashing one card in your hand, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Inheritable opponent's turn once per turn, blah blah blah. In the attack, delete one of your other Digimon.
Okay.
This looks interesting.
It's not Preem. It's not.
Kaguyamon. They're not making this easy. All turns, all of your tokens and puppetry Digimon gain Alliance and Blocker. All turns once per turn when other Digimon are deleted, delete one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon. End of your turn, once per turn, you may play one level 4 or lower puppetry Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. That seems pretty good.
It would be cool if it had overclock.
I don't think it needs it. I'm gonna be real with you.
It doesn't, but it would have been cool. Yeah, overclock with Alliance, then I'd be like, you know what? This archetype not bad.
I think you would just die.
Yeah, I think that's just too much.
This is scary if you use specifically the Tamers from Cinderella. That's when it gets kind of spooky, because you can just start giving stuff rush, and then they're just like, I'm just.
Well, remember, what do we always say? For a deck to be good, it has to do unfair things. Overclock and Alliance would have been unfair.
It needs to have an unfair strategy with a win condition.
Yeah. So the stuff that's written on this card combined with the other cards we've just read is very unfair. Because you literally, if they try to attack you, you just pop one of your dudes and then pop one of their dudes. And in the attack.
Popping all the dudes.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Then these are out of order for some reason. Karakurumon. Karumon? Karakurumon? I don't know.
I would go Karakuru.
Okay. On play or when digivolving by deleting one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the puppet trait in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable. All turns once per turn when this Digimon will leave the battle area other than by your effects by deleting one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon it doesn't leave.
Yeah, the 5 and the 6 are the best part of this entire archetype so far. 100%.
Agreed. Yes.
They're both really good.
Seem pretty strong. Yeah, Ben was freaking out when he read these cards. Mirai. Not Mirai.
Yeah.
On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the puppet or Liberator trait among to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Your turn when any of your Digimon digivolve into a puppet trait Digimon, by returning this hammer to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Arisa or 1 puppet trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the with the play cost reduced by 3. Sorry, almost thought it said without paying the cost.
So it's kind of like tie in the fact that you can bottom deck it to play something.
Yes, except for
It's
this
not.
is better because it's an archetype searcher
Yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm kind of
this is actually
surprised.
a Searcher.
I'm kind of surprised it doesn't add both cards. You just get one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, this is still a really good card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a good searching card. I'm just surprised it doesn't add both.
Yeah, it's functionally like a delay card that just it's just a delay card basically that
Yeah.
searches. Seems pretty good. Then we have high reses of these guys.
Well, we haven't seen the Gabumon yet.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Who cares?
Gabumon.
'Cause he didn't get a judge pack.
Good. That's because he's an uncommon, so you'll get a pre-release stamp on him. On play with the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Omnimon in its text and 1 card with the CS trait among to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable end of turn, blah 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 DNA.
I don't like it.
It's so good.
It seems reasonable. Digitamamon. When any of your version 4 trait Digimon would digivolve into this card, for each of their face-down Digillusion cards, reduce the Evo cost by 1, has Scapegoat, and when digivolving / when attacking once per turn by trashing this Digimon's bottom face-down source, you may play 1 play cost 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable is Alliance.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That poor Greymon chipped its tooth.
Yeah. File Island. 2 cost white option. While you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirements. Security. All turns, all of your DM trait Digimon get 1,000 DP for each of their face-down sources. Main, add your bottom security card to the hand, then place this card face-up as the bottom security card. Security effect, when you check it out of security, you may play 1 play cost 5 or lower card with the DM trait from your hand or trash without paying the cost.
Is it replace the bottom or top again? I'm sorry.
Bottom.
Bottom.
Top would have been better because at least you can trigger its security effect a little bit faster.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but then that's kind of how the other ones happen anyway. They always go in the bottom.
yeah, and you have the DP buff for longer if you put it on the
Yeah.
bottom. And also,
Well, hold on. Isn't there 1 or 2 that do the top?
yeah, there's a couple, but not the field spell cards. There's 1 from the adventure starter decks that does top, but I think
Does Royal Base?
I think Royal Base is top as well.
hold on, I'm sure
I
I
think it's
have
top.
one in the stack next to me.
Maybe Royal Base is bottom face down security, so it doesn't. I
Royal
know it
Base
doesn't
is add your
interact
top
with
security
face
card.
up.
Royal Base adds your top security card to the hand, then you place this as your bottom security card. Because otherwise it wouldn't really work with the archetype because you would just keep adding your Bs back to your hand.
Right.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems okay. Whatever.
Best card ever.
All right, this is probably going to be expensive. This is a very good card. It is a 5 cost Tamer, which hopefully there's a way to
Doesn't
cheat
matter.
this out.
Playing it for free.
Yeah. It is a memory setter. Nokia, however you say her last name. Start of your main phase / on play. If you have 1 or fewer Digimon, you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying the cost. All turns, all of your Digimon with Greymon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in their names get 1,000 DP.
We got a Ken Davis and Omnimon.
You did, except for they were smart enough not to just let you do it for free no matter what.
Yeah, they did put a cap on it by putting the 1 or fewer, but still, That's really good.
This is
you
pretty
know, she definitely has one of the hypest moments in all of Digimon, so I'm okay with her having like a really good effect.
That alt art's gonna go hard.
That alt art's gonna be
Yeah.
so sick. I want 4 of those. It looks so pretty.
Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna be expensive.
Bruh, she's just squaring up. Dude, what if they give her a 2-star as well?
Honestly, that card might
what
be the 2-star
boy.
variant.
What if that
Oh,
Omnimon
boy.
alt art is the 2-star?
Is there an echo in here?
Mm.
Yeah. That is a good card. Obviously, we don't.
I will say. No, go. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Obviously, we don't know what the rest of the archetype looks like yet. But that card works with the EX4 dual tamer of Ty and Matt. Because you can basically start your turn with nothing coming out of raising and then just combo into an Alter S.
And it gives you 4 memory, right? Because the tamer gains a memory when you
you
play,
you get a rebate there. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure those 2 cards alone, I think you can combo into Alter S without passing turn, if I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna say the Nokia just slides right into any like Omni DNA strategies. Like it's literally gonna go into like 3 different decks.
Yeah.
I will say, so far, what we're looking at, there's not a way to cheat it out, but I have a feeling the level 4s are probably going to cheat it out. I think they're going to try to replace... Yeah, I think they're going to try to replace Secret Rare Greymon with a Garu and a Greymon that are going to cheat the Tamer out.
Yeah. There is a way to cheat it out, though. It is a CS trait card. You could
so you can use Terrier and Gargo.
Yeah, but obviously I don't think that's going to work with any of those strategies, but in theory, if you wanted to, I guess.
Omnis. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not currently a way... I'm excited about...
You could play a CS trait deck and then just have the top end be Omnimon. If the
colors
Galaxy
right,
style engine works...
You could do that. It'd be funny if you ended up not playing... you play CS.deck, but you're actually playing like the Omnimon.
Omni DNA,
yeah.
Oh, God. BT21 so far has gotten me the most excited for a set in a long time. I don't think I've...
17?
Since 17, yeah, 100%.
I'm excited about EX9 because I can't wait to see the rest of the Alter S deck that we're getting.
Oh, dude, it's just going to be so nice. This just reminds me of back when we got Alter S, like the original Alter S. It was so fun. The deck was so much fun.
It was. And the cards that we've seen so far, the Nokia and the Crest, like the Nokia alone makes it to where you don't have to start your turn promoting something out of raising.
Yep.
Like if you start your turn with both those tamers, you can do whatever you want if you have the pieces in your hand.
Turn 1 plays Mantai, turn 2 play Nokia. Okay, I could kill you next turn if I have the pieces.
Have you considered you are now dead? Yeah. No, I mean, Omni's not that great at OTKing.
I don't know. I could imagine some high rolls.
Omni's just an anchor deck.
Yeah.
You can't OTK, but you put it on the field. I'm assuming you would keep turn. I can't remember what the memory cost is. I'm pretty sure 4 memory though would maintain turn. You swing for probably 2 or 3 damage depending on what your inheritables are, and then reboot, have blocker on their turn, and then if they don't answer it, you kill them on your next turn.
The only way to OTK is by having the original Mat tie that gives you security check +1, because both Metal Garu and Wargrey, that would be 5 checks, because you unsuspend, and then you just have to like Omni X. I think that's the only way.
You're talking about the BT17 stuff.
That's OG stuff, yeah.
I'm talking about Alter S.
Yeah, it could work in Alter S too, right? No, because he doesn't unsuspend, does he? He bottom decks something and trashes his security.
Yeah, but he has reboot, which is nice when your guy's a blocker.
Yeah.
BT17 Omni does not have reboot, which is kind of bad.
No, but he has the unsuspend as a inheritable, which is Kind of the same thing, because 9 times out of 10 with that deck, you're passing turn when you go into them.
Anyways, comment questions. JC Empty 1010. Thank you for being a channel member. He said, I tried to splash in the secret gray into Adventure for fun and did some cool stuff, but it just feels bad. Yeah, I think the colors. What were you gonna say, Brandon?
Let's say, what is he? I was gonna say, what does he Evo on top of? It's like 4 different colors, right?
I'm pretty sure it's. He doesn't Evo on top of Gabumon.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'd be doing it for 3. So you can Evo on top of red, blue, yellow, green. So in Adventure, you'd be Evoing on top of Agumon, Palmon, and Biomon.
Yeah,
unless you also play Gomamon.
And Agu. You'd be able to Evo on top of
Tento.
everything but the Gabu. So you'd probably be playing the Wargrey top end with the Agus instead of the Gabus.
Which already sounds like bad, but you know.
Yeah, that'd just be a different play style. Yeah, and then you couldn't Evo on top of him, though, which would be unfortunate. That's the issue that I would run into, is like... Yeah. Sag.
Sag.
Dr. Fab 671, appreciate the advice for the Niagara Regionals. Ended up going 5-3-1 and taking 87th. Had a blast. My excitement for EX9 went from 0 to 10 when I saw the Alteress support coming in it. Depending on how the Alteress turns out, I might try and cook something with the Adventure Engine bouncing up into the Omni, but we'll see what the rest of the cards do. Congrats on the 87th.
Yeah, Sean, you could totally do that in Adventure Engine, because the level 5s are going to be Adventure. That's something you could look into.
Doesn't sound as cool as just regular.
Yeah, just like regular, dude. Or just
yeah, but like, you know, the Metal Greymon has D-Evo, the Sagittarius has D-Evo, the Weregaru is just pop a level 5. That's probably the worst one.
I don't know. I'm gonna try the original engine first once we get the rest of the cards.
Yeah,
but we'll see. But yeah, my excitement also went from 0 to 10 whenever I realized we were getting a new Alteress way of support. I promptly picked up 4 silver Alteresses again once I saw that.
Only took 5 days for certain people to ship them out.
Yeah, I was just waiting the whole week for a message from either seller to be like, oh, we don't have these in stock, as they quietly relist them for like 3 or 4 times what they were originally listed for. But thankfully that didn't happen. The silver Alteresses did get bought out though, because I got mine for like less than 40 a piece, and then like I woke up the next day and they were all gone. Justin So 8231, TCGs are fun since they are basically 40 chess, except you get to choose the pieces you play. Agreed.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I love TCGs.
Yeah, and you get like cool arts on your chess pieces. Yeah,
and very topical. You bring up chess. There was chess drama. If you know, you know.
I literally don't. Dareday436, Bandai really needs to focus more on printing secrets that can work in their own deck, but have some generic toolbox usability, as long as it's Nene. Gimped out of a good secret and you're probably going to jail if it's the alt. There's nothing wrong with a secret that's made for its own deck, but at least you don't feel strong-armed into making the deck with its splash ability. Imagine if Grace Nova had some meme usability and stuff like Omni, but because it's named locked for DNA and you're gimping yourself, if you run it in its own deck, you now have a signed card that will do nothing but sit in your folder worth quarters instead of pennies.
Fair.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, if we really look at our S tier, like, ranked secret rares, I'm pretty sure they're all generic, able to be splashed into most any deck. I mean, it's very rare that a secret rare that's archetype locked is going to be S tier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think for them to be S tier, they would need to be splashable.
I mean, except for Apocalypse, but Apocalypse was the exception, not the rule.
Well, his issue was the fact that his deck was splashable. Like, he himself required you to play that engine, but you could splash a whole bunch of different level 6s in the deck to make it, like, super broken.
Yeah, have you considered Craniumon so he's immune, but then also Alphamon to just do whatever I want against you?
Yes.
And you can't attack me? It's so good.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to mill you out. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. I noticed toward the end of the tier list, Death Exmon got put above Ruma, which I feel is correct.
Yeah, Death X being super splashable, I think, is what makes him better.
Yeah, he's far more splashable than Ruin Mode. Although Ruin Mode is far more devastating. Because, like, Death X comes down and he's like, you have to deal with it, but you can at least play the game on your turn. Ruin Mode is like, hey, you're not playing the game for a turn, at least.
I mean, there's a couple times with Death X where it could just win you the game on the spot, but that's few and far between when it comes to Ruin Mode, where it's just like, hey, you're double locked out of the game.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy not playing.
Justin So 8231, is there an IP you guys want to be made into a TCG? For me, it's Kamen Rider. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Would love a Kamen Rider TCG. Good thing is, Kamen Rider is owned by Bandai.
Power Rangers would be cool.
Oh, I was just about to say that. Like, you have the civilian forms, and you can morph them. That'd be so cool. The Megazords are like your top end.
I think that would be cool. What other IP would I think that might be probably my first pick. I'm trying to think of other IPs that I really like.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously Dragon Ball already has one. Pokemon has one.
Yeah.
You could do like a Super Smash Bros. Style one where it's just all the Nintendo IPs.
I wouldn't care.
Kirby deck,
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't immediately jump to wrestling.
They have cards. They're just collectible, like sport cards.
I know, but
yeah, that's just a TC. That's not a TCG. Yeah. I think Power Rangers would probably be my first pick. Ideally, it would be fun to play, but
Chris, the reason I wouldn't want a wrestling TCG is because we all know what the number one tier 1 deck would be.
The women?
And it would probably be it would be a racist guy who never apologized for saying the racist
Hulk Hogan.
The women?
No. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Remember, guys,
Stratosphere?
never apologize for the racist things you say. Only tell people, be careful when you're talking, because you might be being recorded.
Be careful when you're saying racist stuff. People might be listening.
That is exactly what he said, by the way. So,
that's funny.
Ick.
Justin Sub 8231, since this time last year, One Piece, Lorcana, Star Wars have all gone rotation. Hope rotation isn't the new standard for card games. I don't think we're getting rotation.
Star Wars has already rotated?
That's kind of wild. That card game is like a year old.
Yeah. Does that mean
Lorcana
the
as well is only like a year or two.
Are just done?
Unless they reprinted it in like a base set or whatever, like Pokemon does.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would never want to play in a game with rotation because it just pisses on all the cards.
Takes
like
your investment.
Yeah, like it ruins the value of cards you own, potentially. Most likely it will. And then like if you have a favorite deck and it just gets rotated out, you're just like, oh cool, I can't even cope with this because it's not legal anymore.
Yeah.
Like imagine what Brandon would be doing if his favorite deck that also still sucks got rotated out. He couldn't even cope at locals with it anymore.
I wouldn't even play.
Yeah. But I don't think
you rotated my Garu out? Alright, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't think
Digimon would have done it. Digimon would have already done it. We're too far in now.
Yeah. Mathabel 5236. Gaimon could have been in good play too. It's a good card, but that deck lacks so much support that maybe once in 10 games you will pull the nuts and do the crazy combo, but for now you literally clean their one stack and the deck just falls off. In the future I could see that card maybe becoming top tier 2 or mid tier 1, but that would be more because of everything around it, sort of like Arena or Yukin. Yeah, I can
see that.
I definitely wouldn't disagree with him going in a good play. Where did we put him?
Let me see if I can snipe him out from the photo, because I have it pulled up.
I also have it pulled up.
He is in Copium.
You know what? I agree. That was an oversight. He should have been in it. It's a good play.
Yeah, he's sharing the board with the likes of Alter B, Examon, the original Crimson, BT14 Gray Wargray, and Lucemon. Those are the cards that are immediately surrounding him.
Well, now that I think about it, I'm looking at the cards that are in a good play, and they're like basically unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
I think it makes more sense in Copium, just given the cards that are surrounding it.
maybe lower in Copium.
Yeah, I'm surprised I put it so high in Copium. It's like at the top in this part.
Yeah, I think I'd put it above Wargrey, because at least Wargrey saw play in like 2 or 3 different decks. Like, he could be used in Omni DNA, he could be used in Grey Tribal, and he could be used in Bond.
Definitely Copium, but not that high in Copium. He also said, I think Rune Mode should have been over Death X. Rune Mode can pretty much always be part of the meta because minus 5k to potentially minus 10k to the field, it's stronger. Death X was the boogeyman, but unless we're in a specific meta, Dex usually no longer makes a cut, and Rune Mode could be better out, or they played both. So the issue with the Ruin Mode is the fact that it can only be played in purple, red, or Shine Greymon strategy, or purple, yellow, or Shine Greymon strategies.
Yep.
Where Death X can be put in literally anything because you can just play it for free out of your hand.
Yep. If not free, basically free.
Yeah. If you could,
this format, Jesus, you can play him for free in damn near any match. So many Tamers and stuff being played out.
Yeah, like Death X wouldn't necessarily be bad in this meta. Ruin Mode, I think, if Ruin Mode was as splashable as Death X, I would agree with you. Because it is way more devastating not just being able to play the game at all, but it is locked into certain colors.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine Death X versus an adventure board. Jesus. I would get blown out.
Yeah. Graysbeard 8078. I want to see that Lucamon deck with Secret Greymon. That reminds me, I never even opened that link and looked at it.
No, you don't. It looked so weird.
I'm sure it did. It was probably awful. GoBoy TM 4676. I'm glad Zeph is the most viable out of Liberator decks. We need Terramon card game soon. I mean, what does viable mean to you? Because that kind of implies that, like, you could win with it, and
you got on logos and win a game.
I would say Zephica is the least bad of the Liberator decks.
Hey,
viable, I think, is too strong a word.
But because of the color, you can play Medieval Gallant.
You can play Medieval Gallant, which definitely buffs it.
I mean, it's got 2 cards that are 10 times better than anything Puppet has or Cinderella.
Yeah, or Heavy Metal.
Yeah, it has Medieval and it has Zephyr Ace.
Yeah, but I think viable is too strong a word.
Sean, you want to hear something that'll upset you greatly? So, the other day...
No.
Literally yesterday. I don't know why I'm saying the other day. Yesterday, I was looking through our stuff for some cards, and Chris had Medieval Gallant in the bulk.
No, I didn't.
Sounds like Chris.
It was in the deck core that's in there.
Unsleeved, I'm assuming. Unsleeved?
It was definitely not unsleeved.
Brandon, was it sleeved?
I took it out of the sleeve. No, I took it out of the sleeve. I went, this is bulk?
Oh, okay.
I made sure to ding it a couple times on the side of the box.
As long as it's sleeved, it's fine.
I have so many deck cores. There's literally just a box or 2 up there that just has all like a bunch of deck cores, and they're all sleeved.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
It's just easier to keep track of them. Like, I know where this is at.
Yeah.
Just like put them in a deck box and like maybe write on top what it is. That way they're not just raw dogged in the box.
I need to get a label maker, like for real, because I have deck boxes that have like engines or decks in them, and whenever I'm looking for a card or a certain deck, I have to open like 5 deck boxes because I'm just guessing the whole time. Because I'm like, damn it. Like, I know which one's my Angels deck, and that's basically it. The rest of them I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Adaptive Reasoning. I don't think Proxima is the worst secret, but even I, occasional Gamamon stand, don't really want to run him. One of at best probably should be a Crimson mode, even if you can't search it. Like I said a few weeks ago, we really need a new one. The only thing going for it is you can evolve into it for free off the option card, but then you're evolving from a good card, Sirius with a security tech +1 and repeatable destruction effect, into a situationally card. You can float into him with Arcturus, but do you really want to trash a Sirius for a giant goober with no on-play? The Sirius you probably just drew off the Arcturus Evo because you couldn't find Sirius on time.
So, you're saying Proxima shouldn't be the worst, even though you just said that you probably don't even want to play it in the only deck that it gets played in. How does that not make it the worst one?
I mean,
how does it not make it the worst one? You don't even want to.
No,
they literally just said in their own comment. They just said in their own comment they don't even want to play it in the only deck that it gets played in.
I'm looking at the rest of the cards, and it's a good play, and I could see an argument for it not being the worst one. Other potential ones.
Okay.
So the original Paladin mode is definitely up there. I can see an argument for that.
I don't think we really tried to organize.
Yeah, I don't think we organized as a good play. We're just like, all these suck.
Yeah.
I do remember we did make a joke like, "Oh, Proxima's the worst," and I think we did drive it straight to the bottom.
Yeah, but I
think that was said.
I would say it's probably maybe the original Virus Imperial, the original Paladin mode, Susan Ace maybe. Yeah, Proxima is probably not the worst one, but
that's fair.
It's pretty bad. Jim the Kid. To answer you on the decks I gravitate to, I own everything Garurumon. Sounds like Brandon. Alter S. Omni DNA. Ancient Omni. Ancient Bond. Ravamon. That's not Garurumon. Mastamon. That's not Garurumon. Almost everything Gilmon Gallant. Don't have Gallant X or Medieval yet. Hexa Hybrid. Cyborg, which is train mixed with John Cena. Dark Animal Spam. Not Luga. Bunnies, no Rapidex, hoping to pull out of the LM, Leomon, Bilzamon, and pieces of Millith. I see your issue here. None of these strategies are tier 1.
Yeah, I would say if you want something right now that's pretty close to tier 1, if not rogue tier 1, try out Adventure. It does play really well right now. You just need a couple cards to upgrade it. Like, you're probably spending most of your time getting ties. You probably only need 2 or 3 tie.
Those probably went back down because it's not doing anything. Let me look.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's sitting at like $20 right now, if that.
I would be surprised if he's even that high. Let me look.
I'm gonna look it up as well.
Wow, he's $24 for literally no reason because that deck is not doing anything.
I think it's because it's a secret rare, and the other secret rare is also not great.
Obviously, it's because it's a secret rare, but it's a secret rare that's not it's not really seeing results. But so
yeah,
I agree with Brandon. That's probably a way to go because it plays. If you're used to Alter S, which obviously you've played Alter S, it's a similar kind of play style where you get to kind of turbo up into your stuff using 2 stacks.
You have some really good defensive plays too.
Yeah, and it's cheap to build because you literally buy
2 starter decks.
Is it 2 or 4?
Well, you probably have to buy. I think you could get away with 3, but I would buy 4 just so you have everything.
In all honesty, it might be cheaper just to buy the singles.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably cheaper.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper just to buy the singles. So it'd probably cost you less than $20 for that, and then you would have to buy 2 to 3 ties depending on how many you end up wanting to play, and then you get bulk from BT21, and you have the deck.
Yeah, I think it is honestly the cheapest barrier to entry tier 1 deck at the moment.
Yeah.
Other than that, you could try, given your play lines and how you like, Omni DNA is rogue right now. I don't think it's awesome, but it's definitely got some favorable matches against some of the tier 1 decks. God, maybe just bite the bullet on Gallant X's or Medievals, because Gallant X is a really good deck, especially if you play it like Sean does, where you just don't even interact with your opponent.
I will say that version loses to wall decks.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 wall decks in the format?
There's what's that one? A Galacticmon.
Galacti, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
If they get set up before you, they're a wall deck.
You're probably killing them first.
Most likely you would kill them before they got a chance to do that. But Magna X, you kind of just lose to. And then adventure is very awkward if they see the delay option.
Yeah.
Most likely you can't fight through it if they have the delay and the appropriate cards in their hand.
Trying to think of any other decks that would kind of match that similar play style. I mean, hey, if you're like me and Sean, you are excited for these next two sets because we're getting more Alter S and more Omni DNA.
Yes. Yeah, you could just hold off and just wait until the X9 comes out and just hopefully Alter S gets enough of a bump to where it's potentially tier 1.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see, but you know, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. Chris, you have any advice?
No, I think you guys kind of pretty much covered it. Plus, he plays a bunch of decks that I don't touch.
What?
It's funny because he basically plays everything that you, Brandon, and Ben play.
Yeah, the top half is all me. The bottom half is like Ben, and then there's a little Chris sprinkled in.
Yeah. It's like Rava, Masty, Bunnies, Beals,
And you don't have to hope to pull the Rapid X. The Rapid X is one of the guaranteed cards in that premium bullet thing.
No, I think you have to pull it.
No, it's not.
It's
no,
like
I thought the Rapid X was one of the guaranteed ones.
No, you thought.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like Ruin Mode where
Yeah.
you're gonna get a certain set amount of alt arts.
Yeah, it's one of the alt arts you can pull. But
Yeah,
when it comes out, you're gonna be able to get Rapid X's for like probably $15 maybe at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a deck worth investing in if you have almost everything Geo Gallant, Megidra right now. If you already have a lot of those cards, that should be a pretty cheap deck.
Yeah,
Depends on how many copies of the promo, the 13, and the Gigis you need.
Like this card, you need 4 of this. Then BT13 Gallant and the promo Gallantmon are the only two other cards that are worth more than like a couple bucks in the deck, I'm pretty sure.
Make sure you have 4 Gravity Crushes, because God forbid.
Yeah. Funnily enough, that's one of the most expensive cards in the deck now.
Oh, has it gone up? Just keeps going up?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was printed in 1.0.
Man, I should have got my...
It's like you should have got the event pack ones. I've been thinking for the longest.
Oh, they've only gone up $10. They were always sitting at 20. Now they're 30.
Oh, okay. More got relisted then because I looked the other day and it was like bought out and the cheapest was like $65.
Yeah, there's only 3 listings.
I wouldn't recommend investing in the event pack ones if you're not getting more than one, because that card's definitely going to one on the next ban list without question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's one person selling 3 copies for 35 apiece, but he's not a star seller.
Wow, not verified, not buying.
Yeah. So the other one that is verified is selling 4 for $50 a pop.
That's what I thought.
Otherwise, it's 30 for 1 copy.
Yeah, I would just get the common ones that are like $2 or $3 now a piece if you don't already have them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if it's going to 1 eventually, I mean,
it's going to 1.
Get the 1 event pack.
Yeah, they're gonna tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that deck is relatively cheap, surprisingly. Besides like a couple of cards. Yeah, that's pretty powerful deck. That's definitely a tier 1 strategy, surprisingly. Which really funny because it seemed like it was a meme whenever we first got the set, and then like seeing it in action, like, oh, this is kind of disgusting. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the issue is the Megidramon itself.
It's Grav Crush.
It's Grav Crush into multiple cards that have Rush.
Yeah, the issue
because it clears 3 security just by itself.
Yeah, assuming it survives 2
play dudes who have Rush and just chip away the rest of it.
Yeah, the issue is the Grav Crushers. If they had 1 Grav Crush and 1 Jack Raid, they wouldn't be able to just be like, oh, you have 5 security, but I am completely set up. I'm just going to go to like 10 memory this turn and kill you.
Yeah.
Like, it'll still be an explosive burst damage deck, but they won't just be able to be like, oh, I'm just going to touch myself for the rest of this turn and you're just dead now. You're not getting this memory.
Yeah. It's burst damage and then chip damage immediately following it.
Yeah.
Which is the issue.
Yeah, if they just limit Grav Crush, that deck is still very good, but you're not just like, oh, I lost because they just dropped 3 Grav Crushes on me.
Yeah.
Turpex. Sean has entered his tier list arc. Correct.
He literally, before we started the pod, was like, hey guys, I have an idea for the next tier list.
Yeah, I wrote it down because it must have come to me while we were recording a previous podcast, and whenever that happens, I just write it on a Post-it note and put it on my desk, and when I sat down, I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Personally, I would much rather do a tier list on starter decks, because we haven't done one for that yet, but I liked yours as well.
You know what? I'm going to add that to the list. I actually like that.
You just made the list. I mean, obviously advanced decks are winning that pretty hard, but there are some starter decks in there that are okay. Like the Imperial one.
Like starter deck 1?
Greymon in it.
Yeah, Gaia Force, Secret Rare, or not Secret Rare, Security Attack +1 Greymon.
Good card.
Agumon plus 1,000 on your turn?
Yeah, that 1,000 DP Agumon was used for a while.
Yo. Back when it was vanilla beats.
Phoenix.
Yeah, you could either have an effect or an inheritable. You could not have both.
Couldn't have both.
That's too much.
Yeah, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. Excellent.
Damn.
Nice.
Stuttered like a pleb.
It's fine, dude. It's whatever.
Brand, I'll see you in a minute. I'm about to go to the bathroom.
Alright, yep.
Oh, is he in the bathroom?
Alright.
Is that where Brandon's
I'll
recording?
see you guys.
Dude, I'd stay in the toilet. What are you talking about?
I'll see you in the bathroom, Brand.
All right.
Alright, bye.
God, that's weird because we're related.